There's Landon Pike.
There you go. Of course, we know Landon. We know most of these kids.
So a 2nd and 3 coming up here for South with the football in the North 31. 8-minute quarters here in middle school football, and a rainy night. The high school team actually had practice out in a pouring down rain, much more harder than it is now.
No
Steve Town downstairs shaking his head.
Yeah.
We'll get a report from Steve in a moment on just the field conditions as a snap was dropped. And I think actually a penalty here going to come up against South. Down to Steve for the conditions here at Colonel Field tonight.
Balmy conditions tonight, gentlemen. Temperatures right now dipping down probably in about the low 40s, but the rain has been constant over the last, about the last 18 hours or so, and it is made for a very soggy track here at Colonel Field. But these kids don't care. It's a rivalry game. Excitement is high down here on the field. Looking forward for a great night.
That was a 5-yard illegal procedure penalty against South, so that's going to back them up to about a 2nd and 9 with the football at the North 36.
Could have declined it and made it 3rd and 3, maybe, because of the fumble. Oh,
and there's another fumble snap.
Nobody's got the ball, Greg. It's
Yeah,
still in
just
your hand.
now, yep.
I'm not sure who got it.
South recovered. So a couple times we've seen the snap fall to the ground. Could be some wet hands down there. And now it'll be 3rd and 7. Make it a 3rd and 8. Coming up here for South.
South was in a shootout last week against Owensboro Catholic and did have a couple issues with the snap. So that's going to be something interesting to watch tonight. Ended up gaining a little bit there on that.
We actually got up
Weird
maybe a half a
play.
yard or so. So it's a 3rd and 8 coming up here for South again with the football at the North 35-yard line. 2 minutes into the 7th grade game for the battle for the Colonel Cup here on WSON and the WSON Radio Facebook page.
Wow, did it again.
Yep. So little trouble between the quarterback, Jack Dalton, and his center. There's been 3 times the ball's been dropped there, and now it's a 4th and 9. That'll be a loss of about a yard there.
Yeah, it's something you're going to see probably from both games tonight as, again, the weather conditions. The rain, not as much now as you mentioned, Greg, but it's certainly a soggy night out on the field. And Coach Dede Harrison of the South squad just went out to replace the football, which is the first ball they brought in outside of the waterlogged one.
Just over 5 minutes to go here in this opening quarter.
Usually in middle school, you don't change that ball out until your possession's over. So I'm sure tonight they're going to want to change it out a few more times.
I know, Steve, you usually have several guests on the sidelines tonight, so they'll down there. Well, I'm sure we'll hear from Coach Boston sometime tonight.
Yeah, Coach will come out and give his state of the freshman speech coming up at the end of the game.
And here's a run on 4th down. Obviously, South going for it here. They pick up about 4 yards, but it'll be a turnover on downs as the football will go over to North.
That was a big stop for North, for sure. Didn't want, North only played 2 games this season. South played.
This will be their 6th. South 3 and 2, and North is 0 and 2.
So this is a great start for North to get the stop.
North quarterback Hayden Turner. We'll see Landon Pike, Colt Hargrove, and Preston Gogol in the backfield for them. Turner's going to work from the gun here. He puts a man in motion, and penalty marker down. Illegal procedure against the Cadets. Make it a 1st and 15 here.
More and more teams going to that gun, Greg, in middle school. Owensboro Catholic was. Owensboro was. Man, I believe even Davis County was.
Well, I think the goal is, if you can get to it, is, run the base offense that your high school team does. Coach Rob Rich, who's going to coach in the 8th grade game for South, talked to him today. Talked about kind of preparing those guys with the language, the terminology, and, running kind of the base offense and defense that the Colonels run. Twin receivers either side for Turner. Man comes in motion, and another penalty marker down. So it looks like Cadets aren't getting set, Scotty.
Nope. Man, and they only play 2 games. I mean, that makes a big difference.
So they're a little pumped up tonight.
Yeah.
Both teams have this game circled on their schedule. Good to see the North and South cheerleaders out too in ponchos, but you hear them out our window, and Steve Towns sideline Mike downstairs. So now it's going to be a 1st and 20 as the ball is backed all the way up now to the 24-yard line. There's a snap to Turner, bobbled it. It's a fumble. Picked up, though, by Pike off the left side, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. So a gain of 3 there for Pike. I bring up a 2nd and 17. 4:25 to go opening quarter. No score between North Middle and South Middle here in the 7th grade game. Only 2 middle schools here in Henderson, and they're doing battle for the Colonel's Cup tonight. Here's a handoff and trying to reverse field. A nice little reverse and cutback and getting to the 30 for a gain of about 3 yards on the carry for the Cadets, Jacoby McElroy. And it'll be a 3rd and 14 here for North.
Everybody's wet too. You got to really wrap up, or you can break a tackle really easy if you don't wrap up tonight. Those wet jerseys.
3rd and 14 for the Cadets. Football at their own 30-yard line. Turner, the quarterback, with split backs behind him, takes a snap, going to hand off to Gogol. And Preston Gogol's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So a 4th and 14 coming up now for the Cadets. I'm assuming, Scotty, for the most part, not much kicking goes on in middle school.
Zero punting goes on.
Yeah.
And you know, the only team that really kicked off to us, to South that is, was Davis County. They kicked off to us the first kickoff, and we ran it back for a 65-yard touchdown. So, don't see much kicking.
4th and 14, 3 receivers to the right for Turner. A back to either side. Actually, it was Pike back there. It was a little bit of the Wildcat formation for North, and he's going to lose a couple yards. And it'll be a turnover on downs, and the Bulldogs will take over in good field position. They'll have the football around the North 27-yard line. So the Bulldogs take over 1st and 10 at the North 27, 2:38 to go in the opening quarter. The North Middle versus South Middle 7th grade game here on WSON. And also, you can check out the live video stream on our Facebook page. Bill Stevens, our producer tonight, with a video stream. As Dalton's going to hand it off, and a big carry down to the 15, 10, 5, and touchdown for the South Bulldogs. Touchdown run for the Bulldogs. Jack Ryan Rush to put South on the board. 27 yards. And it's the Dogs 6, the Cadets nothing, with 2:38 to go in the first.
There's 2 carries for 35 for Big Jack.
Jack Ryan Rush, the son of South Principal Ryan Rush.
Guys, I'm going to tell you something. I'm impressed with how big he's gotten. I probably haven't seen him in about a year, and it's amazing his physical maturity, how much it's progressed here in the last year plus.
Going for 2, as you'll see every time.
Split backs here behind Dalton. He dropped the snap, and he's down. So the 2-point conversion, no good. But South is on the board, 6-0, 2:38 to play in the first quarter. We'll take a break. Be back after this on WSON and WSON Radio.
Square Yard Carpet at 1711 North Adams Street wishes Henderson's middle school student athletes the best of luck in tonight's North versus South football doubleheader. Square Yard Carpet is a proud sponsor of all Henderson County academics and athletics. They recognize the hard work by the North Middle School Cadets and the South Middle School Bulldogs in preparation for tonight's game. Good luck from Square Yard Carpet in Henderson.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against skinned knees and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call your super agent, Lori Tuggle, at 270-957-5088.
The Dogs sit to kick off. South a 6-0 lead on a 27-yard touchdown run by Jack Ryan Rush. And an onside attempt, it's still loose. As both Cadets and Bulldogs going forward around the 47-yard line. And it is going to be North football, recovered by Brock Guth. So the Cadets will have it near midfield, looks like at their own 47-yard line.
Buzz, real quick, I've got Ben Dalton, starting quarterback, Henderson County High School. Talk a little bit about what this particular rivalry means to the Dalton family.
Well, I mean, we've all played in it. Luke was in it 2 years ago. Jackson's now getting in it, and it's been a long time since I've been in it. But, it means a lot to us. I mean, the North-South game, you don't really remember the rest of your middle school games, but you always remember the North-South game. So, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Ben. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Steve. Hayden Turner, the quarterback. He's going to hand it off. It's a sweep on the left side to Colt Hargrove. Cuts back the field, and Hargrove has the 50 and brought down right there. So a gain of 3 yards, maybe 2 for Hargrove. A sixth grader playing up with the seventh grade team. And it'll be a 2nd and 8 coming up for the Cadets.
South has a 21-man roster, Greg, and 11 of them are sixth graders.
Yeah, I think probably pretty close to the same.
Yeah, both teams really
on the north side.
Of course, there was no youth football this year, so good for these kids to get to play a little football.
Looks like 8 sixth graders on the north side, Scotty. So 2nd and 8 coming up for the Cadets. And their home whites on a handoff to Preston Gogol off the left guard, and Gogol gets to the Bulldog 49, a gain of 3 there, and it'll bring up about a 3rd and 6 coming up for the Cadets.
Guys, I can remember talking to the coaches of both of these programs probably as early as probably June over the summer, and the consensus was they really didn't think this season was going to happen, much less this rivalry, and certainly glad that we're all out here tonight. Social distancing, mind you.
3rd and 6 coming up for the Cadets, but at the snap, a tough penalty there against North. They kind of had a manageable situation. Obviously, they'll go for it on 4th down about every time, but that'll back them up 5 yards and make it about a 3rd and 12 now for North.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time they've been penalized for the same thing. They just can't get it going here in the wet conditions.
Ball goes back to their own 44. Under a minute to go, first quarter. South on top of North, 6-0 on a 27-yard touchdown run by Jack Ryan Rush. 3rd and 12 coming up for North. Turner takes a snap. Fumble as Gogol ran into his own man, but it went right back into the hands of Turner, who recovers the fumble. As Gogol and McElroy got confused, Preston Gogol was going up the middle. McElroy bumped into him. The ball popped up in the air right into the hands of Turner, and it's 4th down.
I couldn't tell if Turner might wanted to pass there, and kind of when he went, kind of like it looked like he was starting to move the ball, and then he got hit by his own guy.
Turner handed off to Gogol.
Oh, okay.
And then Gogol got hit by his own guy, McElroy. It popped up into the air and then right back into the hands of Turner.
Okay, so still Turner with the yardage. Whew, confusing. That's the end of the
first. Only way I saw that is my binoculars were on that play, as they are every play. That'll be the end of the first quarter. After one in the battle for the 7th grade Colonel Cup, it's South 6, North nothing here on WSON and WSONradio.com.
Business owner for over 30 years. During that time, I've come across all walks of life. I've learned how to listen to everyday folks, to their hopes and concerns about our city. That's why I've decided to run for city commissioner. Henderson has been very gracious to myself and my family. I feel it is my obligation to return the favor and do my best to help make Henderson an even greater city. Please consider me to be one of your city commissioners.
Paid for by Rodney Thomas for Henderson City Commission.
It's time now to call TNG Heating and Air Conditioning. Ask about their special introductory price of $69. That includes checking your system and a tune-up to make sure your system is operating efficiently. TNG is a trained dealer and can meet all your air conditioning and heating needs, from servicing your current unit to new installations. TNG specializes in training, offering residential and commercial service. Call Jay today at TNG Heating and Air, 270-826-5287. And remember, it's hard to stop a train.
You're listening to the annual North-South Games, featuring the North Middle School Cadets and the South Middle School Bulldogs, here on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky.
Handoff to Landon Pike on third down for North, and fourth down, and Pike gets a few yards, but or is it now? Yeah, now turnover on downs. Okay, thank you. Coming back from the break there. Landon picked up about 3 yards, but a turnover on downs, so now it'll be South taking over at the North 43-yard line, leading 6-0. Handoff coming near side is Green. He has a near sideline, and he's run out of bounds inside the 30, around the 25-yard line. That young man has some speed, Richard Green.
I'm telling you, go ahead, Steve.
Listen to a couple of guys talk about Richard Green. Came in the coach's office talking about some of the talent on both of these teams. Said that Richard Green was one of the fastest running backs he had seen at this level. So certainly the future bright for that young man.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. So a gain of 18 yards on that carry from Green. And South on the move, 1st and 10 at the Cadet 25, leading 6-0 with 6:40 to go in the first half. Dalton going to hand it off to Rush, and no gain on the play for Jack Ryan Rush, as Gogol coming up to make the stop for the Cadets, along with Gabe Sheffer.
Davis County game. Davis County kicked the ball off to Henderson. Henderson South runs it back for a touchdown. Very end of the game's tied 8-8. The ball's on the 35-yard line. They hand it off to Mr. Green with 12 seconds to go, and he runs her into the end zone as time runs out.
2nd and 10 for South. Dalton under center, and a penalty marker in at the snap. Illegal procedure against the Bulldogs. Had to back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, both these teams are pumped up to be out of here.
Like Steve said, months ago, just glad to be playing, much less playing in the big rivalry game.
Well, they're playing on the big field, too.
Yep, and the battle for the Colonel Cup. As the Poncho Club brought that into the play 4 years ago, when the game moved here to Colonel Stadium, and that's when we get our broadcast. So it's good for everybody to get these guys here and get them playing for something.
Poncho Club Golf Scramble coming up this Saturday as well.
That's right. Town Tracy Show, a big sponsor, I understand.
That's right. We're going to be on the first hole.
Ball on the ground, a fumble, and I think North is on it. It is. Gabe Sheffer recovers the fumble for the Cadets. Turnover. First turnover on the night. That was it wasn't a turnover on downs, and it'll be Cadets football at their own 33-yard line.
Oh, you kind of ball with that snap again. It actually was on the ground. He picked it up, and then whenever he tossed it, they fumbled her again.
Yeah, I almost think maybe a shotgun snap might be a little more, it sounds kind of crazy, but a little more secure than that wet ball coming right off the turf right into the quarterback's hands.
We're in the Wildcat now with Pike. He's going to take it and run, and Landon is going to get to the 35, so he picks up a couple yards there to bring up a 2nd and 8.
Trying to get that clock to run.
5:08 to go in this first half. South on top of North, 6-0. The Bulldogs scored on a 27-yard touchdown run from Jack Ryan Rush late in that opening quarter. 8-minute quarters here on the middle school level. We'll have the 8th grade game following this one.
Game's moving pretty fast.
The receiver goes in motion as Turner back in there, quarterback. Gets a handoff to McElroy on the sweep. Makes one man miss. And he's going to be brought down at about the line of scrimmage. May have got a yard as he was ran out of bounds on the far sideline. A gain of a yard, and it'll be a 3rd and 7 coming up for the Cadets. Football at their own 36.
North needs a first down. They haven't got one yet. They picked up the big turnover there. They don't want to give South the ball in this side of the field.
Turner in the gun. Puts a man in motion. Turner's going to keep it himself, and Hayden Turner is going to get 2 or 3 yards out to the 38-yard line. It'll be a 4th and about 5 coming up here for the Cadets.
Yeah, they don't get it. It's going to give South 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes, and 3 timeouts. But if they get the first down, they might be able to get the halftime down just 6 or maybe tie it up.
4th and 5 for North from their own 38-yard line, trailing South 6-0 with 3:14 to go in this first half. Turner takes a snap, looking to throw, going to throw over the middle, incomplete. Around the 50, as his intended receiver was Colt Hargrove. And a turnover on downs, and the Bulldogs will take over at the 38 of North. Third consecutive series, the Bulldogs have started a drive in North territory. This time at the Cadet 38 with 2:31 to play in the half.
The clock's running, that's supposed to be. They can't get it going.
Dalton in the gun, puts a man in motion. That's Green, handoff to Green, coming near side on the sweep. He's going to be tackled for a loss. As tackle made by Davion DeJarnette. Coaches are really high on him. Big kid, good open field tackle there. A loss of about 5 yards to about the 44. It'll be the 43 officially, but it is a loss of 5. And a 2nd and 15 coming up. Minute 45 to play in this opening half. South on top 6-0. High snap over the head of Jack Dalton, and he picks it up with a knee on the ground back near midfield. So that'll go as a loss of about 7 or 8 yards all the way back to the North. Wow. Their own 49, the South 49.
8-yard loss there. That hurt. Yeah, the shotgun snap is not being very friendly to South.
So a 3rd and about 23 here coming up for the Bulldogs with exactly a minute to go in this first half. South Bulldogs on top of North 6-0 on a 27-yard touchdown run by Jack Ryan Rush. Dalton under center now. Going to hand it off to Green. Trying to get to the edge, and he fumbles the football. North has it at the 49. He was wrapped up by Sheffer, who knocked the ball loose. A Cadet got on it, and now North will have the football near midfield with 38 seconds left.
Clock showing 30 seconds. I ain't got much time.
So 2nd consecutive fumble.
It's going to be in the quarter, Greg. Not supposed to be, but
I think they have some volunteers on the clock, so kind of expect that. Not everyday folks are doing the games anyway.
Yeah.
It is everyday folks on the clock. Now they're waving it off like they may put some more time on there.
No, it's going to stop it.
They do finally stop it with 2 seconds. So North from the South 49 is to be the last play of the first half. Here's a snap.
Oh, a little trickery.
Well, there was a little trickery. Now Pike I thought they were going to throw it, and Pike
too.
takes it. And Pike is going to be brought down for about a yard. For about a yard gain. And that will be the end of the half. I think Steve Tow's going to catch up with one of the, I think maybe D.D. Harrison on this side.
No, actually,
okay, he's on the other side.
Actually,
okay.
I made my way here to the north sideline,
Okay.
and the head coach of the 7th grade, Darren Henshaw. Darren, give us your observations of the first half.
You know, I think it's been a good contest so far. Obviously, it was sloppy early. They had to make some adjustments. They had to get their feet underneath them. They've tightened up. Everybody's playing their assignment and their gap, and I think we'll get it gathered back up here.
What does a game like this mean to your program?
I think for the program and the locality or everything, you know what I mean? Everybody looks forward to this game every year. At this time, it's circled on everybody's calendar. It means more to these boys and coaches as bragging rights for the next year than anything, you know? This is what everybody plays for.
Coach, thanks for your time. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you, Steve.
That's Steve Tow with Jason Henshaw, the head coach of the North 7th grade squad. It's a 6-0 game at half. South on top, thanks to a 27-yard touchdown run from Jack Ryan Rush. We'll be back with halftime after these messages from some of our sponsors of the North-South game in the battle for the Colonel Cup. Again, your halftime score. South Bulldogs 6, North Cadets nothing. Here on WSON and WSONradio.com.
The Henderson Police Department urges everyone to be safe in all their activities. They encourage young people to limit the time spent on social media and playing video games. Make plans with friends that do not involve electronics. Be more active and participate in activities with your family. If you are a parent, monitor your teen's social media posts and discuss with them potentially harmful websites or chat rooms. As always, don't text and drive. These safety tips are brought to you by the Henderson Police Department.
Hi, I'm Rob Wiederstein, and I'm running for state representative. I'll work with Governor Beshear to help Kentucky families by strengthening public education, making health care more affordable, lowering the cost of prescription medication, and rebuilding Kentucky's economy after the pandemic. This year and every year, we're putting people first in District 11.
Paid for by the committee to elect Rob Wiederstein for State Representative, Robert E. Mitchell, Treasurer.
Hey buddy, this is Tim Barron, former Henderson County athletic trainer and proud member of the Poncho Club. This season marks year number 5 for the Poncho Club. As you know, 2020 has been a difficult year, especially for us in the Poncho Club, with the loss of our big buddy #1 Colonel's fan and namesake, Rick Poncho Lambert. Poncho's death this summer saddened all that had a chance to know our special friend. But Poncho would want us to keep fighting for that goal line as we're pushing on for Poncho. The Poncho Club's mission is to offer support for Henderson football on all levels, from youth leagues to middle school to the high school. Over the years, the Poncho Club has provided funding for new blocking sleds, important hydration stations, and state-of-the-art technology, and much, much more. We invite you to join us as a Poncho Club member for as little as $50. Join online at ponchoclub.org. Poncho Club members' benefits include a Poncho Club t-shirt and access to our members-only video library of historical Henderson County High and City High football games. And after COVID restrictions are lifted, free entrance to our Poncho Club tailgate parties. Get in on the fun. Join the Poncho Club at theponchoclub.org, and be sure to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Henderson Football Poncho Club for updates and more details about the Poncho Club experience.
The mission of Henderson County Schools is to provide extraordinary educational opportunities for every student. Henderson County Schools is proud to announce a new district-wide initiative, HCS Plus, Building a Better Graduate. This initiative is about developing a 21st century graduate with life skills such as collaboration, communication, innovation, initiative, and critical thinking. HCS Plus, Build a Better Graduate equals a national innovative leader in education. We are Henderson County Schools, and we are building better graduates.
This is Brian Kraft, and partner with Alexander Thompson Arnold CPAs, formerly Myriad CPA Group. For over 50 years, my family has provided accounting services and advisory in downtown Henderson. I, along with my partners Chris Kemp, Mac Neal, and Richard Campbell, am proud to bring ATA to the Henderson community and surrounding counties. ATA was founded and operates on small-town quality relationships with its clients, just like we have for several years. Come and see us. We're still on the corner of 1st and Elm Street in my hometown of Henderson, Kentucky.
At Field & Main Bank, we've created something special. It's an old way of doing things, banking that's based on relationships and tradition. And it's an experience that has been carefully crafted right here with you in mind. We call it Modern Craft Banking, and we're thrilled to introduce it to Henderson and Evansville. Come see what we've been building and experience something special. Field & Main Bank, member FDIC.
You're listening to the annual North-South Games, featuring the North Middle School Cadets and the South Middle School Bulldogs, here on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky.
It's the battle for the Colonel Cup here on WSON and WSONradio.com. Also, the WSON Radio Facebook page. We have a live stream of tonight's game and our video stream coverage of Henderson County High School fall sports. And tonight's battles for the Colonel Cup between the middle school football teams is being brought to you by Evansville Teachers Federal Credit Union, Smithhart Insurance Agency, Henderson Ford, and Rock House on the River. South on top of North here at the half of the 7th grade game, 6-0. With 2:38 to play in the opening quarter, Jack Ryan Rush, a 27-yard touchdown run, and the Bulldogs lead it 6-0. Take a look at stats in the first half from Scott Stone. South on the ground, Richard Green has 4 carries for 27 yards. Jack Ryan Rush, 3 carries for 35 yards, including the touchdown. And Jack Dalton, the quarterback, 3 carries for a loss of 7 yards. A couple fumbles in that first half he had to get back on. The Bulldogs picked up 3 first downs, were penalized 2 times for 10 yards, had 2 turnovers, 2 fumbles in that first half. They were 0 of 2 on 3rd down and 0 of 1 on 4th down. 55 yards on the ground for South, none through the air. So 55 yards of offense for the Dogs and the touchdown. On the other side for North, quarterback Hayden Turner, 2 carries for a loss of 1 yard. He's 0 of 1 through the air. Landon Pike has 5 carries for 5 yards. Jacoby McElroy, 2 carries for 4 yards. And Colt Hargrove has 1 carry for 2 yards. North did not pick up a first down in that first half. They were penalized 3 times for 15 yards. No turnovers. Were 0 of 3 on 3rd down, 0 of 3 on 4th down. In the ball game, just 12 yards on the ground for North in that first half. That is all of their offense. 6-0 South on top here at the half on the 27-yard touchdown run by Jack Ryan Rush. We'll take a timeout, come back with the second half. It's the 7th grade game. South on top of North, 7-0. Back with the battle of the Colonel Cup after these messages from our sponsors here on WSON and WSONradio.com.
Square Yard Carpet at 1711 North Adams Street wishes Henderson's middle school student athletes the best of luck in tonight's North versus South football doubleheader. Square Yard Carpet is a proud sponsor of all Henderson County academics and athletics. They recognize the hard work by the North Middle School Cadets and the South Middle School Bulldogs in preparation for tonight's game. Good luck from Square Yard Carpet in Henderson.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against skin knees and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call your super agent, Lori Tuggle, at 270-957-5088.
Hello, Rodney Thomas here. I've been a downtown business owner for over 30 years. During that time, I've come across all walks of life. I've learned how to listen to everyday folks, to their hopes and concerns about our city. That's why I've decided to run for city commissioner. Henderson has been very gracious to myself and my family. I feel it is my obligation to return the favor and do my best to help make Henderson an even greater city. Please consider me to be one of your city commissioners.
Paid for by Rodney Thomas for Henderson City Commission.
The Henderson Police Department urges everyone to be safe in all their activities. They encourage young people to limit the time spent on social media and playing video games. Make plans with friends that do not involve electronics. Be more active and participate in activities with your family. If you are a parent, monitor your teen's social media posts and discuss with them potentially harmful websites or chat rooms. As always, don't text and drive. These safety tips are brought to you by the Henderson Police Department.
It's time to call TNG Heating and Air Conditioning to make sure your system is operating efficiently. Ask about their special introductory price of $69. That includes checking your system and a tune-up. TNG is a Daikin dealer and can meet all your heating and air needs, from servicing your current unit to new installations. TNG services all makes and models, specializing in Daikin, offering residential and commercial service. Call Jay at TNG Heating and Air, 270-826-5287.
Hi, I'm Rob Wiederstein, and I'm running for state representative. The economic fallout from the pandemic is bankrupting businesses and households. I'm the only candidate that has proposed real concrete solutions to expand Kentucky's economy and support small businesses. Go to www.robforrep.com. That's the number 4 for details. This year and every year, we're putting people first in District 11.
Paid for by the committee to elect Rob Wiederstein for State Representative, Robert E. Mitchell, Treasurer.
You're listening to the annual North-South Games, featuring the North Middle School Cadets and the South Middle School Bulldogs, here on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky.
Getting set to start the second half of the 7th grade battle for the Colonel Cup. South on top, 6-0. North to get the football to start. Steve Towle downstairs with a report.
Well, again, not unlike what we expected. Both teams moved the ball at times. South, right now, you have to give the edge to them. Seems like they're running their stuff just a little better than North. But if they can keep it on the ground, it's going to be a game right down to the bitter end.
It'll be North to start. Steve may get a chance to get a quick word from Coach Harrison or Coach Capps down there, perhaps. Get one of the coaches' thoughts on the first half.
Sitting with South Coach Zach Capps. Coach, give us your observation. Your team's got the lead coming out in the second half. What's your team got to do to keep it?
We got to take care of the football. That's the biggest issue we have right now. We fumbled the ball twice now. We're running the ball well when we hold on to the football, but not holding on to the football right now is our biggest thing. We just got to take care of the football.
Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you, sir. Go Bulldogs.
Back to you guys.
Steve Towle on the sidelines for us tonight. The rain looks like it's stopped for the most part, maybe just a very light.
Yeah, right now there's no rain, and I think we're going to be that way here for the next little bit, hopefully for the rest of the night.
Good deal. As we said, North football to start, and it's going to be the Cadets football at their own 48-yard line as Guth takes the kickoff right as it went into his arms, and just make sure he secured that, which is a smart move tonight.
Yeah. You ain't kidding, Bubba.
You know, as a guy that has worked with kickers now for about 25, 30 years, it drives me crazy. The kickoffs, starting all the way in the youth league now, has went to the little short pooch kick. And I was always a grip it and rip it kind of a guy. But coaches are more concerned about maybe giving up an easy touchdown on kickoff return. So my thing has always been, you know what, let's do a better job of tackling during the week.
It'll be North with the football at their own 49-yard line, trailing 6-0 as we get underway here at the start of the third quarter. 7th grade game, North Middle School, South Middle School, and we have a whistle by one of the officials. I don't think no flags came out, and now they're ready to go. Turner in the gun, puts a man in motion. A little bit of reverse, but now it's on the ground. Pike recovers, but he's tackled immediately. That'd be a big loss.
Yeah, they've tried a little trickery. That time it hurt them.
Yeah, my thing is, at this point, with these kind of conditions, don't take the football off of the line of scrimmage. Take what you can get. It's better if you're going to end up going for it on fourth down, whether it's like 4th and 6, rather than losing 7 or 8 yards on first down. Then you find yourself in real trouble.
Yeah, an interesting stat here. Neither team has converted on 3rd or 4th down.
There you go. That might explain our 6-0 score.
It'll be a 2nd and 16 here for North. And another drop snap, and falling on it at about the 41. North does recover, but both teams really having a tough time hanging on to the football. Gogol there on the recovery for the Cadets.
It's almost like the team that doesn't put the ground on the above the ball on the ground more than maybe once or twice a series is going to take the advantage at this point.
Going to end up being about a 3rd and 17 here, it looks like, for the Cadets football back at their own 41. You should join us tomorrow night. The Colonels here at home against the Crittenden County Rockets. Pre-game coverage 5:45, kickoff at 7. Not only on air, but also like tonight on the WSON Radio Facebook page as part of our video stream series.
No rain in the forecast, but it still might be a little damp out there.
Yeah, no ticket sales at the gate again. It's limited to basically parents only of all the participants, the cheerleaders and the band and the football team. Handoff, Landon Pike trying to get to the edge on the right side, and he's going to lose about 6 or 7 yards all the way back to the 35-yard line. And it's fourth and forever coming up here for the Cadets.
Yeah, you guys talking about the field conditions tonight. I'm standing here on the home sideline, and the field is draining very, very quickly, even as we speak. You know, we've got a pretty pronounced crown in the middle of the field. And even when I walked across the field here about a minute before halftime, you can already tell that some of that place, it's still soggy, but it's drying out pretty quick. Should be a decent track tomorrow night.
That's good news.
Yeah, because I've got to stand in it.
4th and 24 coming up for the Cadets.
Will be a little nippy, though.
It will indeed.
October 30th tomorrow, that time of year. Hand off to Pike, and he's going to be dropped for a loss again on a really good tackle by the Bulldogs, Jaden Hope.
They've lost 15 yards on this possession. South made a little adjustment there, it looks like, and they hit all the gaps.
They started this drive, Scotty, at the 49, and they're going to end it, it looks like about the 31 or 32, turnover on downs.
With the exception of the extended run for South on their only touchdown drive, I think both teams have done a pretty job of being pretty sure tacklers for the most part tonight, especially what we've seen out of South here on defense.
Yeah, this marked the 4th consecutive time South has started on the north side of the field, and a penalty marker comes in at the snap, and another procedure penalty against the Bulldogs. I think Steve's right. The first team that can kind of clean those up, those penalties, and hang on to the football, may have a chance to seal this win, although North really hasn't been able to get anything going offensively, but still a 6-0 game. All it takes is one. So 1st and 15 now for the Bulldogs. Jack Dalton under center in their maroon takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off to Rush. And Jack Ryan Rush gets about 5 of those yards back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe 6. We'll see where they mark it. It is a gain of 5, so it's back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you look across the way, guys, you see that North, they don't have a whole lot of players. You know, they're playing, both these teams are playing with quite a lot of 6th graders on the 7th grade team. But one thing I have seen out of those guys, you haven't seen much discouragement. They haven't had much to talk about and much to cheer about on offense. But they've stuck to what they do well, and they've been some sure tacklers. And if they can hold South out of the end zone here, they can turn something around.
Dalton takes a high snap, hands off to Rush. Jack Ryan Rush near side has the 25, 20, outside the numbers, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, South Bulldogs. 31 yards for Jack Ryan Rush, his 2nd score of the night. And the Bulldogs go on top 12-0 with 3:10 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, there goes that man again. That's the 2nd time tonight he's gotten free. A big hole on the right side, and he came running right toward me, and he made one man miss about 10 yards downfield, and Jack Ryan had other things in mind. He was going to make it to the end zone, and this might be the type of drive right here with 3:10 to go in the 3rd quarter that just might lock things up for South, but you never can tell in a rivalry game.
That's a good point.
First team to complete a 3rd down, Greg, and Jack's got 5 carries, 71 yards.
And South going to take a timeout here before their 2-point conversion attempt to talk things over. We'll keep it right here. Give us a chance to thank our sponsors here of the Colonel Cup. Brought to you by Square Yard Carpet, Lori Tuggle, your local shelter insurance agent, Rodney Thomas for Henderson City Commission, the Henderson Police Department, T&G Heating and Air Conditioning, and Rob Riederstein for State Representative. Also special thanks to sponsor the Colonel Cup and Colonel football throughout the season, Nibby Priest and Vaughn Insurance, Booster doing auto sales and leasing, Palmer's and the Easy Shops, A-Plus Insurance, Henderson County Schools, Alexander Thompson Arnold CPAs, Field & Main Insurance, and the Poncho Club. As Steve mentioned, if you haven't already, get signed up for the Poncho Club Scramble at the Bridges Saturday morning, 9 a.m. shotgun start, a lot of fun, and obviously goes to good cause in support of Colonel football on all levels, the high school, middle school, and the youth levels. The Poncho Club annual golf scramble coming up at the Bridges Golf Course. You can go to the Poncho Club website or to their Facebook page. I think may have a couple openings left for the scramble coming up on Saturday.
Green got tackled at the 1 yard line, Greg.
They almost got the 2-point conversion, but it fails. We'll take a timeout. 12-0, South on top of North. 2:56 to go in the third quarter. We're back after this on WSON.
A new look with the beauty of new flooring with fresh new styles, colors, textures, and durability from Square Yard Carpet. Come in and visit the showroom at Square Yard Carpet, located at 1711 North Adams Street in Henderson. Square Yard Carpet, it's where great floors begin.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against skin knees and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call your super agent, Lori Tuggle, at 270-957-5088.
South's Jack Dalton set to kick it off. As Steve mentioned, a little short pooch kick. This one's going to go out of bounds. And it'll be North football after South. 3 plays, a 31-yard drive, and the 31-yard touchdown run by Jack Ryan Rush put the Dogs on top 12-0. At the 3:10 mark of the third quarter, Rush also a 27-yard touchdown run. That came late in the first quarter. And North will have the football here. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
And North had 12 yards of offense in the first half, and that last possession, first possession in the second half, now they have -6. They just totally went the wrong direction. I'm like Steve, they got to get this thing going up the gut. When they go to the outside, bad things happen.
Aiden Turner, the quarterback, puts a man in motion. Going to hand off to Pike, makes one man miss, tries to cut back. Now he fumbles a football. It's picked back up, though, by Cadet at about the 40-yard line, so it looked like 41, loss of a couple, and it'd be a 2nd and 12.
Guys, real quick, I've got Samantha Littrell. A lot of you folks may remember her as Samantha English in her cheerleading days here with Henderson County. And tell the folks what you're doing now. But you teach at South, but you also work with the cheerleaders at South as well.
Absolutely. I am my 4th year here at South as a cheer coach, and this is my 1st year head coach, and I absolutely love it. It's phenomenal.
What's a rivalry game, even something like the cheerleaders?
A rivalry would definitely still be with North, and still competing against them all the time when we go to state.
Thank you for your time. Good luck to you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Samantha Littrell, cheerleading coach here at South. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Steve. Steve, I have various guests tonight out on the sideline. It's kind of a fun part of the game. Get to see some of the folks who take care of the middle school programs and cheerleaders. There was a penalty marker down. I think did this one go against North or South, Scotty?
North.
No, went against South.
What? Huh?
Hey, one of the officials explaining something to
but he pointed at
Coach
North.
Harrison.
And he pointed.
He marked it off for South, so it's going to be 2nd and.
He marked. He said false start. Traveling, as Danny Perkins called it.
2nd and 9 here.
I don't know. And then he said something to Coach Harrison, like, I mean, that was weird. Either way, good news for North. That's 5 yards.
Turner puts McElroy in motion. Going to hand off to Gogo. He is hit immediately.
That was a hit, Greg Busby.
It was indeed. Coming up for South, that was Christian Hagan and Jaden Hope.
Wow.
Tackle for loss of about 3 yards back to the 40.
That was a big-time hit there. You could hear it from up here.
3rd and 13 coming up for the Cadets. Minute 20 to go, third quarter. South 12, North nothing. 8th grade game to follow this one. Turner in the gun. Takes a low snap, looking to throw, And it's incomplete. He was looking to get it out into the flat to, it may have been Brody Belt out there in the flat, and a timeout taken. We'll take it as well. 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. South 12, North nothing. Back after this on WSON and
A downtown business owner for over 30 years. During that time, I've come across all walks of life. I've learned how to listen to everyday folks, to their hopes and concerns about our city. That's why I've decided to run for city commissioner. Henderson has been very gracious to myself and my family. I feel it is my obligation to return the favor and do my best to help make Henderson an even greater city. Please consider me to be one of your city commissioners.
Paid for by Rodney Thomas for Henderson City Commission.
The Henderson Police Department urges everyone to be safe in all their activities. They encourage young people to limit the time spent on social media and playing video games. Make plans with friends that do not involve electronics. Be more active and participate in activities with your family. If you are a parent, monitor your teen's social media posts and discuss with them potentially harmful websites or chat rooms. As always, don't text and drive. These safety tips are brought to you by the Henderson Police Department.
Cadets trying to go for it on fourth down, a little screen pass, but it goes incomplete as Turner tried to get it to Pike out of the timeout, and it'll be a turnover on downs as the Bulldogs of South will take over at the north 45-yard line with 45 seconds, 40-yard line, excuse me, with 45 seconds to go in this third quarter, and South leading 12-0. I think a score on this possession would be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, North still's not got a first down, Jay.
Here's a handoff to Rush.
Wow. High running there.
Bowls over a few guys to about the 36, a gain of 4. Bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs.
North, they've done a real good job of slowing down Green. Just unable to slow down Mr. Rush. Which is saying a lot, though, because Green is usually the leading rusher.
It's not so much slowing down Mr. Rush as bringing him down.
No doubt.
And here's a fumble, and it's actually loose and now recovered by the Bulldogs. Kingston Davis there on that recovery. May have actually got a yard. We'll see where they mark it, but that is the final play of the third quarter. After 3, South 12, North nothing here on WSON and WSONradio.com.
It's time now to call TNG Heating and Air Conditioning. Ask about their special introductory price of $69 that includes checking your system and a tune-up to make sure your system is operating efficiently. TNG is a trained dealer and can meet all your air conditioning and heating needs, from servicing your current unit to new installations. TNG specializes in trade, offering residential and commercial service. Call Jay today at TNG Heating and Air, 270-826-5287. And remember, it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, I'm Rob Wiederstein, and I'm running for state representative. The COVID pandemic is especially dangerous for high-risk populations like those living in nursing homes and assisted living. Make a special effort to protect our seniors by wearing masks, observing social distancing, and washing your hands. This year and every year, we're putting people first in District 11.
Paid for by the committee to elect Rob Wiederstein for State Representative, Robert E. Mitchell, Treasurer.
Getting set to start the fourth quarter of play here at Colonel Stadium in Henderson. It's the battle for the Colonel Cup, the middle school showdown. 7th grade game going to the fourth quarter with South on top of North. 12-0. The 8th grade game will follow this one as South has the football at the North 36-yard line, facing a 3rd and 6. Moving right to left on your radio now on your live stream on WSM Radio Facebook page. Jack Dalton, the quarterback, going to keep this one. He's going to get a yard to the 35. and bring up a 4th and 5 for the Bulldogs. Fourth and 5 coming up for South. As Steve mentioned, several 8 or 10 sixth graders play on the 7th grade team on both sides, and one of those is the quarterback, Jack Dalton, little brother of Colonel's quarterback, Ben Dalton. And some movement on the line of scrimmage. If it's on North, this would be an automatic first down for the Bulldogs.
Both teams have 4 penalties for 20 yards.
That'll be a first down.
Yeah, Jack, excuse me, doing like Big Ben, big brother, having them jump off sides. Colonels did that a few times.
Wow, they didn't give him a first down there.
Sure didn't. Wow. Last week they demanded a measurement because they said that they were short at Owensboro Catholic, and come to find out they were half a yard, first down.
So a 4th and inches coming up here for the Bulldogs. Going to hand it off to Rush, and he has the first down to the 28.
Smart play calling there. He was giving
Gain
it to the
of
big
2
dog.
and a fresh set of downs coming up for South.
Give it to the big dog and let him just go forward.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Cadet 28 now. As we go under 7 minutes to play in the game, South on top of North 12-0. 2 touchdowns runs for South's Jack Ryan Rush. A 27-yarder late in the first quarter and a 31-yarder with about 3 minutes to go in the third. He's in the backfield again. Wishbone look here for South. Dalton fakes a handoff, and he's going to keep it himself inside the 20, brought down at the 15-yard line. A gain of 13 for the quarterback, Jack Dalton, on the keeper, and the Bulldogs in the Cadet red zone.
6 first downs now for the Bulldogs.
Six minutes left in the game. South on top 12-0, and now knocking on the door for another score. They're at first and 10 at the Cadet 15-yard line.
Looks like that rain picked back up a little bit.
Yeah, see the umbrellas pop back open.
Yeah, let me just tell you, it's raining again, boys. Forget what I said earlier about us maybe making through the rest of the night. It's raining almost sideways at this point.
That's what we got you down there for. So
yeah,
you let us know.
don't remind me that I'll be here again at this time tomorrow night.
Here's a handoff to Rush. Will he have 3 touchdowns? Has the 10, 5 touchdowns. 40-yard drive. And the Bulldogs, of course, will go for 2.
7 plays and 3:42 off the clock.
All right, Scotty. That was a solid middle school drive there. The wishbone behind the quarterback.
Oh, wow.
And it's a snap on the ground, and it's picked up by one of the big men. I think one of the linemen brought it in. That was Jaden Hope.
Smart move.
The 2-point conversion. I don't know if that was planned. It was left there. Dalton touched it, but Hope picked it up, ran it in.
Jack kind of looked at it, and the big lineman was like, well, I'm going.
He picked it up and got it in his end zone for the 2-point conversion. It's South 20, North nothing. 5:21 to go in the ball game. We'll take a timeout. Be back after this on WSON and W.
Square Yard Carpet at 1711 North Adams Street wishes Henderson's middle school student athletes the best of luck in tonight's North versus South football doubleheader. Square Yard Carpet is a proud sponsor of all Henderson County academics and athletics. They recognize the hard work by the North Middle School cadets and the South Middle School Bulldogs in preparation for tonight's game. Good luck from Square Yard Carpet in Henderson.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against skinned knees and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call your super agent, Lori Tuggle, at 270-957-5088.
Preston Gogol takes the kickoff for North, and Gogol, a nice return, gets it inside the Bulldog 45 to about the 43-yard line. So the best starting field position of the night for the Cadets, but it's all Bulldogs tonight. They lead it 20-0 with 5 minutes to go in the game.
Georgia's got to get a first down. That's the first step. Get a first down, go from there.
Football at the 43 for the North Cadets, the Bulldog 43. Turner in the gun. Takes a snap. Turner going to run it left and makes one man miss. Tries to cut back, still on his feet. Gets it inside the 40 down to about the 38. That'll be a gain of about 5 yards on first down for the Cadets.
I like it. Not much trickery. Just snap it and get your quarterback outside and let him go.
Good athlete there, Hayden Turner.
Oh, yeah.
So 2nd and 5 coming up for the Cadets. With just under 4 minutes to play in the game, South with the lead on 3 touchdowns from Jack Ryan Rush. They're on top 20-0. 8th grade game to follow this one. And the Cadets get set. Looks like they have 2 receivers to either side. And they're running the Wildcat, if you will. Landon Pikes in there in the gun. Takes a snap. Pike looking to run left. And just lowers his shoulder, try to pick up a few yards. May have got 1. As a tackle on the play by Rush for South.
Finally got football weather. Last week at McCracken, it was definitely football weather. It was cold and windy and a little rain, and then this week, nice and cold. And the time's about to change, so it gets dark fast.
3rd and 5 here coming up for the Cadets after no gain. Football at the South 38-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go in the game. South on top 20-0. Pike back in there at quarterback. Takes a snap. Going to keep it himself. Hammers it up the middle and may have got a yard or 2 near the 35. A chance here for North to pick up their first down. Looks like they need about 2 yards, 4th and 2. Coming up for the Cadets with exactly 2 minutes to play in the game.
They've been pretty much driving, running straight to the line of scrimmage, nothing on the outsides, and that's got them close. Probably close as they've been to a first down, Greg.
Turner back in at quarterback. He's going to try to get the first down and going to be close.
I think he got it.
They're going to unpal. Needed 2 yards. Yep. It is a first down for the Cadets. Playing for a little pride at this point. 90 seconds to go. Trailing 20-0. The Cadets pick up the first down with the football at the South 33.
Yeah, good to see them get a first down.
Kind of the first drive, Scotty, that they picked up 5 yards on first down. No penalties on this series.
Yeah, and South was playing with 10 guys there.
That also helps. Here's the snap to Turner, handoff to Pike, and Pike's going to lose a couple yards back to the 35.
That always helps when you're struggling on offense. The other team forget to have 11 out there.
Is 2nd and 12 coming up for the Cadets with under 40 seconds to go. Could be the last play of the game here. South on top 20-0, looking to hang on to the shutout and get the 7th grade Colonel Cup. We see the hardware down on the sideline. Turner looking to throw over the middle. Got a man there. Oh, and it's incomplete at about the 32. Good pass.
Great pass.
But it was incomplete. He was looking for Cole Hargrove. Hargrove couldn't haul it in. And it's 3rd down. Clock stop with 17 seconds. Third and 12 here coming up for the Cadets. South trying to hang on to the shutout. They lead it 20-0. Here in the 7th grade battle, the 8th grade game to follow here on WSON and on the WSON Radio Facebook page. Turner takes the snap, screen complete to Pike, and Pike brought down at the 35, no gain on the play. And
that should do it.
That looks like they're going to take a timeout. Why not? One last play to end the season. North takes a timeout. We'll keep it right here. As after the trophy presentation, Steve Towle will get a quick word from Jack Ryan Rush. It will be, I would think, undoubtedly the MVP of this night.
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
I don't know if that's already been. That may be unofficial, but I'm going to go ahead and say it.
You score 3
carried
touchdowns.
92 yards.
Yeah, you don't get an MVP. There's somebody has stuffed the ballot box.
I mean, he's averaging 11.5 yards a carry.
3 touchdowns on the night for the young man. And we'll see if North can do something fun here on their final play of the season. 2 receivers either side for the quarterback, Turner. Gogol, the single back with him. Snap to Turner. He's got to throw quickly. Completed to Gogol, who spins, but is going to be brought down at the 35 for no gain. Does complete the pass, but that'll do it. As the South Bulldogs take the 7th grade Colonel Cup, the Bulldogs shut out the North Cadets 20-0, your final score. The South Bulldogs beat the North Cadets in the battle for the Colonel Cup 20-0. They'll get their hands on that gold Colonel Cup trophy. I'll keep it right here. As the 2 teams will go to their own 35-yard line, kind of oppose each other at midfield and line up for the ceremony. Landon Pike named as the North most valuable player. And Jack Ryan Rush, the South MVP. 3 touchdowns for Jack Ryan Rush tonight. A 27-yarder, 31-yarder, and 15-yard touchdown run. And the Bulldogs announced as the champions of the Colonel Cup.
All right, gentlemen, I've got both the MVPs for both teams. Landon Pike, who was named MVP for North. Landon, real quick, just tell us what a game like this means to you playing a rivalry game against South.
I just want to play the game. That's it.
You had a pretty good game tonight. Things didn't work out all so well, but you got a nice plaque to take home. It kind of gives you incentive to come back next year, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Landon, thank you for your time, and best of luck in the future, okay?
Thank you.
That's Landon Pike, MVP for the North Squad, and we're talking now with Jack Ryan Rush. Jack, 3 touchdowns tonight. Have you ever had 3 touchdowns in a game before?
No. Before this game, it was 1, my highest.
So you kind of tripled your all-time high, right?
Yes, sir.
Talk about what it means to win in this series against your rival, North Middle School.
It's just it just makes me play 10 times harder because it's just a lot of people I know, and I just want to beat them. And it just means a lot.
Thanks for your time. Best of luck in the future, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, that's Jack Ryan Rush and Landon Pike, MVPs for tonight's game. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Good job there on the sidelines getting both MVPs. Cool that each team gets recognized with the most valuable player, and South recognized as the champions of the Colonel Cup 7th grade game. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff from the 8th grade game. We'll take a timeout and hear from the 8th grade coaches when we come back. Again, your final on the 7th grade game, South 20, North nothing, here on WSON and WSON.
Square Yard Carpet at 1711 North Adams Street wishes Henderson's middle school student athletes the best of luck in tonight's North versus South football doubleheader. Square Yard Carpet is a proud sponsor of all Henderson County academics and athletics. They recognize the hard work by the North Middle School cadets and the South Middle School Bulldogs in preparation for tonight's game. Good luck from Square Yard Carpet in Henderson.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against skin knees and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call your super agent, Lori Tuggle, at 270-957-5088.
Hello, Rodney Thomas here. I've been a downtown business owner for over 30 years. During that time, I've come across all walks of life. I've learned how to listen to everyday folks, to their hopes and concerns about our city. That's why I've decided to run for city commissioner. Henderson has been very gracious to myself and my family. I feel it is my obligation to return the favor and do my best to help make Henderson an even greater city. Please consider me to be one of your city commissioners.
Paid for by Rodney Thomas for Henderson City Commission. Coach James Suggs joining us here on WSON. Great to have Coach Suggs back with us for our annual broadcast of the North versus South game, getting you set for the 8th grade matchup, North versus South. Coach, obviously it's been a year unlike any other for the kids and for the coaches and for everybody else. And I just wanted to start right there. How have your kids this year kind of handled all the COVID stuff, wearing the mask, staying safe? How have they done with that?
They've done well, considering, what's going on. They're still coming to practice with their mask and bringing their own water and different things like that. It's been a big change, but they've hung in there and really worked hard and, did things the right way as we asked them to do. But it's been tough. But like I said, they enjoy the game. They love the game. They want to be out there, so they do everything they can to stay within the rules to, be able to play. Even though we had some games canceled, we've only had 2 games so far, but, they came to practice every day, ready to go, to learn.
Well, Coach, talk about your offense tonight, and some of your guys will see out there getting some touches tonight.
Yeah, we have Vincent Embry. He's going to be the quarterback tonight. Good kid, hustles, a little speed on him. He's got a good arm on him. I know the weather's going to be a little bad, but like I said, he has a cannon of an arm. He will be playing quarterback. We have Maxton Meadows, who's just a player that we can use anywhere. The backfield receiver, also Wildcat. He'll be playing receiver tonight. And then we also have Miles Ramirez, who's also a running back. We can use him as a receiver and things like that. So those guys can be big playmakers. They hustle on each play, so we're looking to have a good night with those, with the whole team, basically. So
James,
33 leaders.
Tell us about some of your key leaders on the defensive side of the ball.
You have Evan Henshaw on your D-line. You have Bird also on your defensive line. You have a guy by the name of Gabe Sheffer, who's a 7th grader who played up last year, who's also going to be helping on the line. And then you also have Davion DeJarnett also, who will be coming up from 7th grade, who's a real strong kid. So those kids there on the D-line are really strong.
Then you have LaTravion Johnson, who plays outside linebacker. And I tell you what, this kid has a lot of energy. And I tell you, once he gets a hold of you, you'll remember him the next play. So, yeah.
Well, James, I know it's the kids circle this game each year. It's the end of their season, but it's the big rivalry, North versus South. With that said, what would be the keys for your cadets to beat the Bulldogs tonight?
Well, I think the keys for us is just to stay focused, do the things that we've been taught, and know that we can do. As you know, we're down to had to bring some players up because of some situations, but if they just stay on plan and play ball like they know they can. And I told them they're going to have to dig deep down further than they have before. Even when it's situations that are tough, they're going to have to pull each other up and play as a team. So we play as a team and do the things that we have them to do. I think we can have a good game and come out victorious and take these 2 trophies back, bring them back here to North Middle School.
Sounds good. James, thank you so much. Best luck to you and the 8th grade cadets tonight.
All right, thanks a lot.
That's James Suggs, head coach of the North Middle School 8th grade team. It's North versus South, the battle of the middle schools here on WSON.
The Henderson Police Department urges everyone to be safe in all their activities. They encourage young people to limit the time spent on social media and playing video games. Make plans with friends that do not involve electronics. Be more active and participate in activities with your family. If you are a parent, monitor your teen's social media posts and discuss with them potentially harmful websites or chat rooms. As always, don't text and drive. These safety tips are brought to you by the Henderson Police Department.
It's time to call TNG Heating and Air Conditioning to make sure your system is operating efficiently. Ask about their special introductory price of $69. That includes checking your system and a tune-up. TNG is a Daikin dealer and can meet all your heating and air needs, from servicing your current unit to new installations. TNG services all makes and models, specializing in Daikin, offering residential and commercial service. Call Jay at TNG Heating and Air, 270-826-5287.
Hi, I'm Rob Wiederstein, and I'm running for state representative. I'll work with Governor Beshear to help Kentucky families by strengthening public education, making health care more affordable, lowering the cost of prescription medication, and rebuilding Kentucky's economy after the pandemic. This year and every year, we're putting people first in District 11.
Paid for by the committee to elect Rob Wiederstein for State Representative Robert E. Mitchell, Treasurer.
South Middle School Bulldogs 8th grade head coach Rob Rich joining us here on WSON. Rob, I know it's an exciting time. I know you marked the calendar for the North-South game, the battle for the Colonel Cup, and obviously we didn't know this season if it would even happen. But what would you say about your guys this year that have kind of dealt with mask and unprecedented times and how these 8th graders have dealt with it?
Well, the main thing that I was worried about when we found out we were going to have a season was transportation and trying to have practices, because, you know, the high school kids have guys that can drive, and you've got options for transportation. So I was worried about the parents being able to get them here, because a lot of parents are working. But our group for 8th grade and 7th grade has been very committed, and they figured it out. And the guys that we've had showing up every day love football, and they're here, and they're working hard, and this is just a really good group.
Well, Rob, tell us a little bit about you guys this year, 3-2. Just how would you kind of describe your team this season?
Anytime that we've got Coach Rayleigh on staff, we're going to have a good offensive line, and our defense is going to be in the right spots, and they're going to hit you. The strength of our team this year is definitely our defense. We've got a linebacking crew that's fast, and they'll hit you. We've got a nose guard that if you don't get 2 helmets on him, he's going to cause you some problems in the backfield. That's James Murphy, number 72. He's a 3-year starter for us. He played up as a 6th grader, and he started 8th grade football last year as a 7th grader. So he's a big kid. He's hard to miss. He's going to play hard, and he's going to be in the right spots. On defense, I really like all of our DBs. We've got Jackson Smith and Colton Thompson at corner. They're great coverage guys. They're not real big, but I really like our free safety, Kentrell Holloway, or he goes by Kenny. and he covers a lot of ground. He's very athletic. He's always in the right spots, but he will come up and play very physical with you in the run game. That's what we like about him. He doesn't like to just stay back there. He likes to come up and get involved in the run game. And probably, I think, one of our best overall football players on defense is Junior Burris. We play outside linebacker for us. He'll probably be more of a safety in high school, but he tackles very well in space. He's just dependable. He's consistent, and we love kids like that.
Well, Rob, tell us a bit about the other side of the ball, some of your guys on offense and some of your playmakers on that side of the ball.
Playmakers on offense is going to start with the quarterback, Trajan Davis. He's got a big arm. He can throw it a mile, but he's also a good runner. He's very physical. We call him Cam Newton at practice because he's big. He's big. He's tall. He throws the ball a mile. He's fast, and we joke about that. We've got Dax Wilson as our running back. He's really fast. He hits the hole good. When we want to get more of a power set and run the football between the tackles, we'll put Xavier Johnson back there. And when we want to throw it to the outside, we've got 3 receivers that are pretty good with Kentrell, Thompson, and Smith.
Well, Rob, overall, what would be the keys for your Bulldogs to get the win over North tonight?
We got to get lined up correctly and just execute. We're not real sure. North is at a little bit of a disadvantage because they've had some games canceled on them where we haven't had as many canceled on us. So we really don't know what they're going to do. So we're just going to have to look at what's in front of us and get lined up and be in the right spots and tackle well.
Well, Rob, appreciate the time tonight. Best luck to you and the Bulldogs.
Thank you, Busby.
Rob Rich, head coach of the South Bulldogs 8th grade squad. That game coming up shortly here on WSON. It's the battle for the Colonel Cup, the 8th grade game, as we're just underway. North set to kick it off, and it's taken by South at the 39-yard line as the Bulldogs get it across the 45 to about the 46. The 7th grade game went to the way of the Bulldogs 20-0, and the South Bulldogs will get it to start here. And they'll take over at their own 46-yard line.
Quarterback Trajan Davis caught that ball and ran for about 10. Right?
This doesn't quite have the 46, so we'll call it the 45-yard line for South to start. The quarterback for the Bulldogs, Trajan Davis. You see Xavier Johnson, Dax Wilson in that backfield some. As there's a penalty marker down, comes in.
Oh, wow.
At the snap, or was it just
I think the chain.
Their chains wasn't ready, so.
Chains wasn't ready.
So no penalty. Didn't quite have the chains ready on the other side. Now they're good to go.
Oh, no.
No, I guess it is a penalty.
He didn't throw the flag, though. I didn't see it, did you?
A 5-yard penalty, no. Yeah.
Maybe just didn't want to get it wet. Maybe didn't want to bend over and get wet.
5-yard penalty against North, so now it's a 1st and 5 coming up for the Cadets. Just underway here in the 8th grade game of the battle for the Colonel Cup. Bulldogs are set. Man goes in motion, and there's a whistle and a penalty marker down. It'll go back 5 yards. So they'll go back to the original 1st and 10, back to the 45, a penalty against South. Trey Davis, the quarterback. Running backs, Xavier Johnson. Dax Wilson's had a big year for South, but hurt his hamstring in the last game, so he will be limited tonight, we understand, from Coach Rob Rich.
It's going to be hard running. Bad injury to run in the mud.
Kenny Holloway, one of their skill guys, a big player as well. As Johnson's to the right by the quarterback, Davis. Takes a snap on a handoff to Johnson coming off the left side, and Johnson gets to the Cadet 49. A gain of 6, and to bring up a 2nd and 4.
for South.
Johnson, pretty big old boy, Greg. He hit that hole hard. Seems like we lost the stick over there, Greg, for the marker.
Yeah, we did. We'll have to keep up with that. I think now somebody's
There we go.
picking it up over there. And Johnson to the right of the quarterback, Davis. It's a man in motion. Going to hand it off to that man on the sweep. That is Junior Burris, as Burris has the corner of first down and more as he's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at about the 38. There's a flag down, though, back at the 43.
Big one, too.
Had a hold, I assume.
Yes,
Scotty
sir.
didn't see the signal yet.
It's a little harder to see it when the white hat don't have a white hat on, so. Okay.
So a 10-yard penalty there on the holding call against
spot foul, so they only end up losing about 3 yards.
Right. And it goes back to the 48.
So guess what?
It's third and 7 now, or second and 7, excuse me.
We're just second down, and we did about 5 different plays. Two penalties on South, 1 on North.
Minute and a half gone by. Second and 7 here coming up for South.
It's going to be a quick game. South not going to get the ball up.
2 tight end set here for the Cadets. As Davis takes the snap, he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get to near the Cadet 45. Looks like he'll get about 6 yards to be a yard shy of a first down.
Guys, I'm a little late getting out of here, and I'm going to tell you something. The quarterback for South is a grown man.
Oh, yeah, Trajan Davis. Big kid.
Rob Rich said they call him Cam Newton. He's got that type of body.
He does have that. Looks like he has that lineage,
And
no
he
doubt.
says he's got a big arm, too. We hadn't seen that yet. May not in these conditions.
He can throw
but-
it, Greg. I don't know how bad that wind's blowing, though.
3rd and 1 here for the Cadets for the Bulldogs at the Cadet 45. There's a snap and a handoff coming near side, but a very good open field tackle by North's Maxton Meadows. A loss of about 5 yards back to the 50 on the pitch to Kenny Holloway.
Pax, one of the Meadows brothers, his brother Drew, a sophomore, the Colonels, who will be out here on this, let's just say, a mucked-up track tomorrow night.
So a 4th and 5 here coming up for the Bulldogs with the football on the 50. 3 minutes gone by, opening quarter, no score. A 4th and 5 coming up for South. 2 receivers to either side, stacked for Davis. Now those receivers will pinch in as tight ends to either side. Davis takes a snap, going to keep it himself, and he's going to have the first down. He needed 5. He got 6 to the 44-yard line, and a big first down there for South here early in the ball game.
Yeah, Scott, you mentioned it. The way that South is running the football, fairly effective, and especially if you get at least 3 downs, even in this case 4 downs into a drive or into a series, and pick up the first down, you're just going to keep that clock running. It may be the Cadets that may not see the football much, if all, in this first quarter.
A couple of years ago, I think one of the teams really had the football a whole half, I think.
Yeah, they barely even touched it.
Fresh and Downs, 1st and 10, football at the North 44 for South. Davis going to hand it off to Johnson off the right tackle, and Johnson gets to about the 36-yard line. Nice pickup there, first down of about 9 yards.
2 carries for the big man for 14 yards.
It'd be a 2nd and 1 coming up for South. Football now at the North 36. Halfway through the opening quarter, 8-minute quarters here on the middle school level. 7th grade Colonels Cup went to South. They defeated North 20-0. And now a timeout, North. We'll take it as well. 3:28 to go, first quarter. No score between North and South.
Give your home a new look with the beauty of new flooring with fresh new styles, colors, textures, and durability from Square Yard Carpet. Come in and visit the showroom at Square Yard Carpet, located at 1711 North Adams Street in Henderson. Square Yard Carpet, it's where great floors begin.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against skin knees and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call your super agent, Lori Tuggle, at 270-957-5088. You're listening to the annual North-South Games, featuring the North Middle School Cadets and the South Middle School Bulldogs, here on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky.
A 2nd and 1 for South out of the timeout. They hand it off to Xavier Johnson, and the big fullback picks up about 10 yards and a first down to the North 26-yard line. Under 3 minutes to play first quarter. No score between North and South here in the 8th grade game, but the Bulldogs on the move. Davis takes a snap. Quarterback going to keep it himself off the left side. Has the 20. Coming near sideline. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Trey Davis puts the Bulldogs on top 6-0 with 2:51 to go in the first quarter on a 26-yard touchdown run. The big quarterback, the kid they called Cam Newton. A Cam Newton type play there. The quarterback kept it himself 26 yards to the end zone.
Yeah, he rushed 3 times for 35 yards in the possession.
And it just looks like South is just going to throw a bigger athlete at you each and every time they run the ball. Not just from the quarterback position, but from running backs and fullbacks as well.
A goal for 2 here with Davis there at the quarterback and Johnson behind him in the pistol formation. Now he'll shift over on the left hip of Davis. Davis takes a snap, look to throw. Now is going to run for the 2-point and dive in good. 2-point conversion good on the run from Davis. It's South 8, North nothing. 2:51 to go in the first quarter. Timeout. Back after this on WSON and WSON.
Downtown business owner for over 30 years. During that time, I've come across all walks of life. I've learned how to listen to everyday folks, to their hopes and concerns about our city. That's why I've decided to run for city commissioner. Henderson has been very gracious to myself and my family. I feel it is my obligation to return the favor and do my best to help make Henderson an even greater city. Please consider me to be one of your city commissioners.
Paid for by Rodney Thomas for Henderson City Commission.
The Henderson Police Department urges everyone to be safe in all their activities. They encourage young people to limit the time spent on social media and playing video games. Make plans with friends that do not involve electronics. Be more active and participate in activities with your family. If you are a parent, monitor your teen's social media posts and discuss with them potentially harmful websites or chat rooms. As always, don't text and drive. These safety tips are brought to you by the Henderson Police Department.
South, a 9-play, 55-yard drive. Trey Davis, a 26-yard touchdown run. And the 2-point conversion. South leads at 8-0. A kickoff, a little onside kick style kick for the Bulldogs, but it's recovered by North, and they'll have the football right on the 50, and we'll see how the Cadets do with their opening drive. Quarterback is Vincent Embry. Miles Ramirez in the backfield with him as Embry takes the snap, and penalty marker comes in at the snap.
North didn't have enough players on the field either.
A legal procedure against the Cadets to back them up 5 yards to the 45.
Yeah, they only had 10 out there.
So it'll be a 1st and 15 after a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, they can get somebody. Here he comes. The extra guy.
It's Landon Pike pulling double duty. He played he was the MVP of North in the 7th grade game, and he'll play with the 8th graders here. Now he's going to come off.
Coming
a
out,
couple more, 2 more Cadets come in.
Now they got 11 though.
1st and 15. Embry has him set, takes a shotgun snap.
Wow.
And is fumbled, but loose. Still loose, I think. I didn't know.
Oh, my.
It popped out again, but I think they whistled Alex Maloney down at about the 40-yard line, make it the 39, so a loss of 6 on the fumble, but North does recover, but are really backed up here, 2nd and 21.
Well, Alex had a bad situation because he got hit in the back just as soon as he got the ball handed to him. Couldn't get the number, but, man, South was there.
So it'll be a 2nd and 21 coming up for North with the football at their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, that penalty really hurt to start them off 5, and then a bad play.
Minute and a half to go, first quarter. South on top, 8-0. Snap to Embry, looking to throw. Throwing, and it's intercepted at the 41 by South. A big block by Johnson on the far sideline. South coming near side with the football is Holloway looking to return it for a pick 6, but he's brought down inside the 15, down at the 13-yard line.
You know, Kenny is their main receiver, and he can flat out jump, Greg. He's like a high jumper kind of kid in 8th grade, and he was just sitting there waiting for that ball.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, what's lost in all that, the great play that the young man made to come back and track down the guy that intercepted the pass, number 34 for North, is that would have been an easy touchdown. Once he got away from the sideline in front of the North bench, it looked like it was easy going until he was brought down on the 30 or inside the 10-yard line.
That was Addison Ferguson. Good play to stay with the play and make the tackle. As he mentioned, saved a touchdown at the moment, but 1st and 10 for South at the Cadet 12 now.
Watch them. Watch the pass again here.
Really overloading that left side. 5 receivers on the left side. Empty backfield. Davis throws a screen. It's dropped. And is it a fumble or incomplete? We'll see. Looks like it'll be an incomplete pass.
Okay.
And a 2nd down coming up.
I thought maybe that was a lateral, like they were throwing the ball back, but it looked like he had thrown it just ahead where the quarterback was standing.
Of course, as we mentioned, that was a lateral. That ball would have been live at that point, but they call it an incomplete pass, and it'll be a 2nd and 10 from the North 12 for the South Bulldogs, already leading 8-0 with a minute and a second to go in this first quarter. 2 receivers to either side for Davis. Johnson the backfield. Davis puts a man in motion. Hand off to Johnson. Xavier Johnson gets it inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Johnson,
a gain of 8 and a 3rd and 2 coming up.
4 carries, 32 yards, and all he does, Greg, he just runs straight up the middle, and he's going to hit somebody. Big, strong kid.
3rd and 2 for South from the North 4-yard line. Davis hands off again to Johnson down near the end zone. He's in. 4-yard touchdown run for Xavier Johnson. And South makes it 14-0 with 15 seconds to go in this opening quarter.
Yeah, right now the Bulldogs really having their way up front. And you just like the precision that the South Bulldogs, how they run their offense. They looked really good on that drive, just like they did in the first drive.
They'll go for 2, leading 14-0.
And they haven't, you really hadn't seen one of their best running backs who might not get much action.
Points off turnovers there, though. The big interception.
No doubt.
From Holloway set up this score. Now Davis takes the snap, looking to throw, and it is complete.
Wow.
2-point conversion is good. Making the grab is Junior Burris.
Concentration there, Greg.
Yep.
Took a hit as he was catching it.
16-0 South. We'll take a timeout. 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Back after this on WSON and WSONradio.com.
It's time now to call TNG Heating and Air Conditioning. Ask Ask about their special introductory price of $69 that includes checking your system and a tune-up to make sure your system is operating efficiently. TNG is a Trane dealer and can meet all your air conditioning and heating needs, from servicing your current unit to new installations. TNG specializes in Trane, offering residential and commercial service. Call Jay today at TNG Heating and Air, 270-826-5287. And remember, it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, I'm Rob Wiederstein, and I'm running for state representative. The economic fallout from the pandemic is bankrupting businesses and households. I'm the only candidate that has proposed real concrete solutions to expand Kentucky's economy and support small businesses. Go to www.robforrep.com. That's the number 4 for details. This year and every year, we're putting people first in District 11.
Paid for by the committee to elect Rob Wiederstein for State Representative, Robert E. Mitchell, Treasurer.
After the scoring drive, South Middle School, an onside kick recovered by the Bulldogs as Andrew Onan there to get that one. And South right back in business after that short 12-yard drive after the interception. Now 1st and 10 at the North 45, leading 16-0 with 11 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Davis, an empty backfield. Looks to throw, now turns, and he's going to fumble the football. It's loose at the 47.
Wow.
And it is North football. So the Cadets get it right back on the fumble recovered by Evan Henshaw. And that is the end of the first quarter. After one, South 16, North nothing. Back with the second quarter after this on WSON and WSON.
Square Yard Carpet at 1711 North Adams Street wishes Henderson's middle school student athletes the best of luck in tonight's North versus South football doubleheader. Square Yard Carpet is a proud sponsor of all Henderson County academics and athletics. They recognize the hard work by the North Middle School cadets and the South Middle School Bulldogs in preparation for tonight's game. Good luck from Square Yard Carpet in Henderson.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against skin knees and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call your super agent, Lori Tuggle, at 270-957-5088.
Hello, Rodney Thomas here. I've been a downtown business owner for over 30 years. During that time, I've come across all walks of life. I've learned how to listen to everyday folks, to their hopes and concerns about our city. That's why I've decided to run for city commissioner. Henderson has been very gracious to myself and my family. I feel it is my obligation to return the favor and do my best to help make Henderson an even greater city. Please consider me to be one of your city commissioners.
Paid for by Rodney Thomas for Henderson City Commission.
Getting set to start the second quarter. After the turnover, it's North football now at their own 47-yard line. Embry takes the snap, looking to run it, and he's going to be brought down after a gain of a couple to the 49. Tackle on the play by Xavier Johnson, who has a touchdown in this game. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Cadets, who trail at 16-0 with 7:38 to go in this first half. I'm Greg Busby with Scott Stone, Steve Town on the sidelines, Drew Willits at studio control in downtown Henderson, Bill Stevens, our video stream producer, Gray Busby on the stream tonight working one of the cameras. 2nd and 8 coming up here for the Cadets. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Embry in the gun. Takes a snap, looking right, rolling that way. And
wow,
he's going to be sacked. A terrific tackle by Andrew Onan back at about the 42-yard line.
We're marking it a 49-yard loss for a Bulldog mega sack.
It was
Wow.
all the way back to the 40, so a loss of about 6-7 yards there. Gain of 2, so it's about a loss of 8.
Gosh.
All the way back to the 40. And a 3rd and 16 coming up now for the Cadets on the big sack from Onan. Snap to Embry. They're going to hand it off, and again, it'll be a tackle for a loss. As the Bulldogs defensive line really get into that backfield, they handed it off to Addison Ferguson, but Ferguson going to lose a few yards back to the 36. So about a 4th and 20 now.
Yeah, that real good play on the first down, gained about 2 or 3, and then, whoo, they went the wrong direction fast.
South on top 16-0 with 5:35 to go in this first half. And North 4th and long. Embry is going to pitch it. And coming near his side, still on his feet, to getting across the 40 to about the 42. On the carry for the Cadets is number 42, Miles Ramirez. A nice pickup for Ramirez, but only about half of it. That'll be a turnover on downs, and South will have the football at the North 42. So the Bulldogs take over at the North 42-yard line. Leading 16-0 with 4:50 to play in the first half. Battle for the Colonel Cup. The South 7th grade team won the Colonel Cup on the 7th grade side, shutting out North 20-0. Jack Ryan Rush for the Bulldogs, 3 touchdowns in that game. Trajan Davis, the quarterback, with Xavier Johnson behind him, now goes to his left. 2 receivers either side. Handoff Johnson off the right guard. Johnson gets inside the 40, down at about the 34-yard line. A pickup of 6 on first down for the Bulldogs.
6 carries, 44 yards for the big man. Kind of like a fullback there, I guess. Bringing the fire.
16-0. South on top with the football marked just inside the 35-yard line. So about a 2nd and 2 here for South on the north side of the field. Davis in the gun, takes the snap, going to throw, and it's knocked away. Good defensive play by the Cadets, Luke Humphrey, to knock that one away. And it's 3rd and short coming up for South.
Yeah, for South, they need just a little bit more air under the ball. For North, great defensive, getting his paw in there. If he didn't get his paw in there, though, watch out. 44 would have caught that ball, and he might not have got him down.
And raining most of the night here at Colonel Stadium. Rain looks to get out of the forecast, but cold front coming in is for the Colonels game tomorrow night here at home against Crittenden County.
We're about 42 at kickoff, Greg.
Davis looking to throw again. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Cuts back to the left side, middle of the field. Now tries to cut back near side, still on his feet. Stiff arms one man, comes back to the 30, 25, 20, 10, 5.
Oh, my goodness.
Touchdown, Trajan Davis. 32 yards. What a run for Davis. And South goes on top 22-0 with 3:23 to go in the first half.
We need that thing on ESPN where they like track you and they show you how far they've ran, because I guarantee you he ran a whole lot more than 34 yards for that touchdown. More like 50 yards.
Davis' 2nd touchdown run of the night.
He's got 4 carries, 69 yards.
Yeah, definitely more east-west there, but he got the job done. A nice stiff arm there late in that run near midfield, getting 3. And then a speed up the near sideline in for the touchdown. Bulldogs lining up to go for 2, leading 22-0 with 3:23 to go until halftime. Dax Wilson is in there running back. Now he will go in motion. And they hand it off to Wilson, coming near side. He's in for the 2-point conversion on the handoff to Dax Wilson to make it South 24, North nothing. 3:23 to play in the first half. We're back after this on WSON and WSON Radio.
Department urges everyone to be safe in all their activities. They encourage young people to limit the time spent on social media and playing video games. Make plans with friends that do not involve electronics. Be more active and participate in activities with your family. If you are a parent, monitor your teen's social media posts and discuss with them potentially harmful websites or chat rooms. As always, don't text and drive. These safety tips are brought to you by the Henderson Police Department.
It's time now to call TNG Heating and Air Conditioning. Ask about their special introductory price of $69 that includes checking your system and a tune-up to make sure your system is operating efficiently. TNG is a Trane dealer and can meet all your air conditioning and heating needs, from servicing your current unit to new installations. TNG specializes in Trane, offering residential and commercial service. Call Jay today at TNG Heating and Air, 270-826-5287. And remember, it's hard to stop a Trane.
It'll be Cadets Bulldog right at the 50 on another onside kick attempt by South, who's in control here, leading 24-0 with 3:23 still to play in the opening half. The Bulldogs a dominant first half here. A couple touchdowns from Trey Davis and one from Xavier Johnson. As North comes out 1st and 10 at the 50. Receiver either side for the quarterback, Vincent Embry. It's landed Pike in motion. Hand off to Pike. Now Pike's going to throw, and it's going to be incomplete down at the 41-yard line. Nearly intercepted. A diving attempt at an interception for Holloway. Incomplete, and 2nd and 10 coming up.
Now Kenny dove for that one like a shortstop. I think they got an illegal shift against North, Greg. And I think they're going to decline it. They did.
So a 2nd and 10 coming up for the Cadets. Football at the 50.
They're going to. The White Hats started the clock on an incomplete pass. That's interesting. Wow.
It's nasty out there, Scotty.
Okay. I got you. I was just thinking it was kind of weird. I mean, I'm not arguing it. I'm just. Now, if this was a high school game, we'd be arguing.
Receiver either side again for Embry. Actually, 3 on that right side as they spread it out now, and now it looks like a timeout.
Yeah, they're spreading it out because they don't have enough linemen on the field.
We'll take the timeout as well. South on top of North here in the 8th grade game. 24-0, 2:47 to go first half.
Hi, I'm Rob Wiederstein, and I'm running for state representative. The COVID pandemic is especially dangerous for high-risk populations like those living in nursing homes and assisted living. Make a special effort to protect our seniors by wearing masks, observing social distancing, and washing your hands. This year and every year, we're putting people first in District 11.
Paid for by the committee to elect Rob Wiederstein for State Representative, Robert E. Mitchell, Treasurer.
Give your home a new look with the beauty of new flooring with fresh new styles, colors, textures, and durability from Square Yard Carpet. Come in and visit the showroom at Square Yard Carpet, located at 1711 North Adams Street in Henderson. Square Yard Carpet, it's where great floors begin.
Out of the timeout, the Cadets snap it to Embry. He was looking to pitch on the right side to Ramirez, but it hit the ground, a fumble. Recovered, though, by Ramirez, and the ball back at North's own 44-yard line. And it'd be a 3rd and long coming up here for the Cadets.
Did you guys mention that, what was it about the total yards? That North had not had many yards, positive yards? Was that, do
You know how the North game, how the 7th grade came out on seventh that? grade, they were -4, and coming into this drive, they're -2. Okay, I thought I heard that right.
Yeah, pretty amazing stats. South holding the North 7th graders to -4 yards for the game, the 7th grade game. Shut them out 20-0. And the 8th grade holding serve, doing the same thing. Embry scrambling, but he's going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line.
The big fullback, Greg.
Xavier Johnson, he is a player having a big night
Yes, he is.
on both sides of the ball. Some
Wow.
good sportsmanship there. Even Elijah Bird patted him on the shoulder pads for that hit. He knows in about
Next year.
17 minutes those guys will be teammates.
Yeah, that dude's going to be on my team next year. That's a big
Always
time
a cool
sack.
part of this series is at the end of the 8th grade game when the North and South 8th grade team meet as one and meet with the first time with Coach Josh Boston. Always a cool scene. So a 4th and about 25 here coming up for the Cadets. Football back at their own 35-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, one to the right. Embry takes a snap.
Good night.
Going to hand it off in the backfield, and nothing there. Going to lose about 3 or 4 yards. They hand it off to Ramirez. He's hit immediately by a couple of Bulldogs and a turnover on downs.
That was another 5-yard loss. So
It'll be the Dogs football. Looks like around the North 30-yard line.
that's minus 24 yards now for North. South is just, like Steve said, they're just eating them up front. And the big fullback, number 44, he is having a game on both sides of the ball, Mr. Busby.
That is Xavier Johnson. 1st and 10 for South. Football at the North 30 with 49 seconds to go until halftime. South on top 24-0. Davis takes the snap. Going to throw right. Good throw. Man wide open. Incomplete down at the 10. Holloway was there and open, just dropped it.
I wouldn't know everybody around him.
Nope.
Those are the hardest ones to catch, though, sometimes. Well, it might have been that 12-pound football that might have had something to do with it.
That too.
Yeah.
That's the one you almost want to cradle catch it into
you
your
really-
body as opposed to the
gotta-
hands.
Yeah, you want to, and he did. He did try to catch you with his hands away from his body, and just like I said, just slipped right through.
Second and 10 coming up for the Bulldogs with 44 seconds left in the half.
They're going to start the clock again? Just wondering. Nope, not this time. Uh-oh, South short a man.
And getting out there a little late for South, Jackson Smith. He's out there now, stacked as a receiver on the right. 3 on the right, 1 on the left. Davis throwing, and it is slipped out of his hand complete, or did he fumble it?
Fumble. North ball.
It is. So turnover for South. He fumbled it. Second turnover of the ball game for the Bulldogs, and the Cadets take over. A couple fumbles in this first half for South. North gets it back at the 34.
North will get the ball start of the second half.
38 seconds to go here in this first half. South on top, 24-0. Steve will have a word with one of the coaches at halftime.
Rob Rich.
We'll hear from Coach Rich here at half, and Steve will try to track down Coach Suggs when his team comes out for the second half. There is penalty marker down on the snap.
Legal substitution. Or legal motion, sorry.
Penalty against the Cadets. Coach Suggs over there having a chat with his quarterback, Vincent Embry, now, as the Bulldogs looking to sweep the Colonel Cup tonight. 7th graders won 20-0, and the 8th graders are on top 24-0 here in the final seconds of this opening half.
North swept last year, right? I believe they did.
Not for sure, Steve.
Not for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
I thought
they split, but I don't know.
Here's Embry throwing off the back foot, incomplete at the 40. He was getting pressured, had to get rid of it.
Kenny was coming in there. He almost got that pick for South.
Clock stopped with 31 seconds. So a second and 15 coming up for the Cadets. .31 seconds to go until halftime as North breaks the huddle. And the football back at their own 30. Embry takes a high snap, rolling, throwing. As a man open, it's complete at the 35, making the grab Maxton Meadows, and Meadows gets it to about the 38. So he picks up 8. And they bring up a 4th and about 7 here. But that, will they call a timeout? We'll see. They do not. That'll be the final play of the first half. A dominating first half for South here in the 8th grade game. They lead it 24-0. Steve Towles downstairs with Coach Rob Rich.
Yes, Coach Robert O. Rich. Coach, your assessment on the first half.
Hey, both teams got to play in these conditions, and whenever you got these kind of conditions, it's who doesn't turn the ball over, who can block, and who can tackle.
It seems like you just keep throwing bigger players in that backfield. You've got an embarrassment of riches when it comes to size.
That's what they say about me.
Right, indeed. That's Rob Rich. Gentlemen, back to you.
Head coach Rob Rich of the South Bulldogs chatting with us here on WSON. 24-0 as Bulldogs on top here in the 8th grade game on the battle for the Colonel Cup. We'll take a timeout here from a few of our Colonel Cup sponsors and be back after this. Again, your halftime score, South 24, North nothing.
Does it seem like you're spending more on your health and Medicare insurance but getting less? Does it cost more than your mortgage or your rent? Hello, I'm Nibby Priest at Vaughn Insurance, and I'm an independent insurance agent. I represent you and your business or your personal needs, and I understand how confusing health and Medicare insurance can be. So let me show you plans that can save you money. Find me at govon.com or call me at 270-827-3505.
If you're looking for a late model quality pre-owned vehicle, stop by Bruce Woodring Auto Sales and Leasing on Highway 41 North in Henderson. Bruce has earned a great reputation for providing quality pre-owned vehicles for lease, rent, or purchase. If they don't have what you want, they'll find it. You can also check out BW Rentals at 12th and Green Streets. Bruce Woodring Auto Sales and Leasing is a proud supporter of the Henderson County Colonels and wishes them a great season. Go Colonels!
Did you know that the Easy Shop at Clay and Atkinson and the Easy Serve in Seabury have pizza to go? Get a delicious 12-inch combo special with regular or thin crust for only $9.99. And additional pizzas are only $8.99 each. And remember, all the toppings are at no extra charge. For lunch, try the Hunka Pizza Slice for only $2.89. Get great pizzas and great deals at the Easy Shop at the corner of Clay and Atkinson and the Easy Serve in Seabury. Stop by today for gas, grocery items, snacks, drinks, ice, and pizza.
Fall means hunting season, but before you pull the trigger, your mind has to be clear. That's where your guides at A-Plus Insurance Services come in. You love your truck that pulled your travel trailer and hauled your ATV. Now you're ready for the hunt. A-Plus Insurance offers peace of mind for all of those, with insurance for your auto, home, travel trailer, ATV, motorcycles, and more. Clear your mind and take a shot with A-Plus Insurance, 528 North Elm Street in Henderson.
Hey, buddy, this is Tim Barron, former Henderson County athletic trainer and proud member of the Poncho Club. This season marks year number 5 for the Poncho Club. As you know, 2020 has been a difficult year, especially for us in the Poncho Club, with the loss of our big buddy, #1 Colonels fan and namesake, Rick Poncho Lambert. Poncho's death this summer saddened all that had a chance to know our special friend. But Poncho would want us to keep fighting for that goal line as we're pushing on for Poncho. The Poncho Club's mission is to offer support for Henderson football on all levels, from youth leagues to middle school to the high school. Over the years, the Poncho Club has provided funding for new blocking sleds, important hydration stations, and state-of-the-art technology, and much, much more. We invite you to join us as a Poncho Club member for as little as $50. Join online at ponchoclub.org. Poncho Club members' benefits include a Poncho Club t-shirt and access to our members-only video library of historical Henderson County High and City High football games. And after COVID restrictions are lifted, free entrance to our Poncho Club tailgate parties. Get in on the fun. Join the Poncho Club at theponchoclub.org, and be sure to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Henderson Football Poncho Club for updates and more details about the Poncho Club experience.
You're listening to the annual North-South Games, featuring the North Middle School Cadets and the South Middle School Bulldogs, here on WSON, Henderson, Kentucky.
Halftime here of the 8th grade game in the battle for the Colonel Cup. It is the South Middle School Bulldogs 24, North Middle School Cadets 0, as South quarterback Trajan Davis scored on a 26-yard touchdown run with 2:51 to go in the first quarter. It capped a 9-play, 55-yard drive that took just over 5 minutes off the clock. Also ran in the 2-point conversion, and South led 8-0. With 15 seconds to go in the first quarter, South would make it 16-0 as Xavier Johnson had a 4-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion pass from Trey Davis to Junior Burris, and it was South on top 16-0 after the first quarter. And in the second quarter, with 3:23 remaining until halftime, it was again the quarterback Trey Davis 32-yard touchdown run, capping a 42-yard drive that took just over 1:20 seconds. Dax Wilson ran in the 2-point conversion, and that's where we stand here at half. South on top of North 24-0. Taking a look at first half stats. South quarterback Trajan Davis, 4 carries for 69 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's 0 of 3 through the air. On the ground, Xavier Johnson, 6 carries for 44 yards and a touchdown. Kenny Holloway, 1 carry for a loss of 4 yards. South picked up 3 first downs, were penalized 2 times for 15 yards, were 1 of 2 on third down, 1 of 1 on fourth down, turned it over twice on a couple of fumbles. 109 yards of offense all on the ground for South. For North in that first half, quarterback Vincent Embry, 3 carries for a loss of 15 yards as he was sacked a few times. 1 of 3 through the air. An 8-yard pass to Meadows. Ramirez, 3 carries for a loss of 5 yards. And a loss of 4 yards on a carry for Addison Ferguson. The Cadets did not have any first downs in that first half. Were penalized 3 times for 15 yards. Were 0 of 2 on third down and fourth down. They turned it over once on an interception in that opening half. Negative 24 yards on the ground, just 8 through the air, so minus 16 yards of total offense for North in that first half. A dominating first half for the South Bulldogs, who lead at 24-0, getting set to start the second half of play. Special thanks to the sponsors of our coverage of the North-South game, the Colonel Cup, here on WSON, Square Yard Carpet. Your local shelter insurance agent, Lori Tuggle, Rodney Thomas for Henderson City Commission, the Henderson Police Department, T&G Heating and Air Conditioning, and Rob Wiederstein for State Representative, bringing you this coverage of the Colonel Cup. 7th grade game went to South. They shut out North 20-0, the final in that one. Jack Ryan Rush, 3 running touchdowns in the ball game for the Bulldogs to take MVP honors for South. Landon Pike was named the most valuable player on the north side. Pike playing here in this 8th grade game, playing up as a 7th grader tonight, helping out the North 8th graders. The Cadets will get the football to start the second half. Another little pooch kick, and South got another shot at it, but this time I think the Cadets get on it around midfield as they went for the onside kick. They did that once successfully tonight, but that one is controlled by the Cadets' Evan Henshaw. And North will have it near midfield.
Gentlemen, I apologize for not getting with Coach James Suggs of North Middle School, but right now I'm thinking James was a little more intent on talking to his team both during and just after halftime.
It'll be the 49-yard line for the Cadets, their own 49 to start. You should have joined us tomorrow for Colonel's football, Henderson County home against the Crittenden County Rockets. First time in about 53 years or so, those two schools to square off.
It'll all start with the Coach's Corner tomorrow morning at 6:35.
That's right. Coach Boston and Coach Towel will be in the Coach's Corner.
Yay.
DJ Towel on the mornings, though. Here's a pass as North going for it all by Embry, and it's nearly intercepted down at about the 35-yard line. He was looking for Meadows, and it was broken up. Nice play by Davion Gilmore for South. We'll have the live coverage of the game tomorrow night on our Facebook page as well, the video stream, our video stream series of Henderson County High School Fall Sports, being brought to you by Evansville Teachers Federal Credit Union, Smith Hart Insurance Agency, Rock House on the River, and Henderson Ford. Appreciate those sponsors bringing us our coverage of the video streams, which has obviously become very important this season. And no ticket sales at the gate tomorrow. It's parents only of the participants, which includes, of course, the football teams, band, and cheer. And that's it. But you can hear the action and see the action here on WSON. 2nd and 10 from their own 49. Embry in the gun. Takes a snap, dropped the football, it's loose, and I think the Bulldogs have it.
Yeah, they do.
Xavier Johnson, who's everywhere tonight, recovers the fumble. As Embry slow to get up, but he is up, and very muddy.
Yeah.
He got driven in deep into the mud there at around the 40-yard line.
Any deeper, we'd have took a shovel to get him out of there.
And it's a fumble for North, and the Bulldogs have the ball. Second turnover tonight for the Cadets.
2-2 on turnovers now.
South from the North 40. 1st and 10. 3 receivers stacked to the right, 1 to the left.
Oh,
Davis
wow.
fakes the throw, is going to hand it off.
Behind his back.
Wilson getting down to the 30, still on his feet. Gets to the 20, far sideline, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Dax Wilson, 40-yard touchdown run, and the Bulldogs make it 30-0 with 6:47 to go in the third.
How about that?
I'm going to tell you something. That's not something you're going to see. I don't know if you're going to see it in a high school football game, much less an 8th grade football game, but kind of like the old Statue of Liberty as he handed it off from behind the back, and Wilson did the rest. Big play for the Bulldogs and another touchdown. Running clock at 36 points, I'm told, gentlemen.
It's running now. It's not supposed to, so I think we kind of got one.
30-0 at this point. 6:20 to go in the game. And, of course, like always, they're not rubbing it in here, but they always go for two. Pretty much kind of a lack of a kicking game at the middle school level. So almost all teams, for the most part, go for 2. Davis, snap to him, plows his way up the middle. Is he in for the 2 points? He is. 2-point conversion good for Trey Davis. South 32, North nothing. 6:18 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. Back after this on WSON and WSON.
Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call your super agent, Lori Tuggle, at 270-957-5088.
Back to action. It is North football after the 40-yard touchdown run from Dax Wilson makes it 32-0. We understand it is either maybe 30 for the running clock because it was announced here. So on the middle school level, the clock is running. With South on top 32-0, North set to take the football at the 43-yard line. A dominating performance by South football tonight. 7th graders won 20-0, and the 8th graders on top 32-0 here with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Embry takes a high snap, gets it down. He's going to throw, And it's going to be incomplete at the 40. He was looking for Maloney down there and passed a little bit ahead of him, and it's second down.
These kids know each other. A couple of them giving each other fives after each play. I'm talking about the opposite team.
Yeah, we've seen that on both sides tonight. Played in youth leagues as well, and obviously for these guys, they'll be teammates here in just a short while.
Yeah, literally. About 20 minutes.
2nd and 10 for the Cadets.
You know, the freshman team last year, I think they ran the table, I think.
Football at the 43.
Of course, didn't get to have a season this year for Corona.
Yeah, get that. They'll see those talented sophomores, so making an impact on the varsity roster this year. Embry going to throw off the back foot. Pretty good throw, and it's incomplete, though, down at about the 38-yard line.
Well, the quarterback took a licking that time, Greg, by no one else but number 44, Xavier
Johnson.
Embry
was looking for Maloney again. One of his better throws, but Maloney couldn't haul it in, and it's a 3rd and 10 coming up for the Cadets. All South here in the 8th grade game on top 32-0. Just over 3 minutes to go, third quarter. A running clock here for the rest of this game tonight. Light rain falling here at the stadium. Temperatures right around 40, a cold, dreary night, but several of the North-South parents still out watching this game. Appreciate those listening and watching on the WSON Radio Facebook page. Entry throws a screen. It's complete, far sideline, and getting close to a first down.
You got it, Greg.
Is the Cadets, depending on the spot on the reception, was Miles Ramirez on the screen, and it is a first down for North into Bulldog territory at the South 45-yard line.
That's big. That's their first down of the game. The 6th, 7th graders just got one, and that was at the very end of the game.
So now they have stopped the clock. Now we got it going again. 2:26 to go in the third. 1st and 10 for North with the football at the South 45-yard line. Spots still remaining in the Poncho Club Golf Scramble Saturday at the Bridges. Visit the Poncho Club Facebook page for more information and an entry form. You can enter online there through the Facebook link. Embry throwing again quickly as he's getting pressured, throws it incomplete at about the 38-yard line. Again, Embry goes down, but house back up. He's having a tough, cold night.
He's been hit 5 or 6 times, Greg, and I mean hard.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. South 32, North nothing. South 7th grade team, if you're just joining us, won the opening game of the Colonel Cup as they shut out North 20-0 behind 3 touchdowns from Jack Ryan Rush. Here in this game, Trey Davis a couple of touchdowns, Xavier Johnson a 4-yard touchdown run, and Dax Wilson a 40-yard score and a timeout. We'll take it as well. 1:21 to go, third quarter, timeout. South 32, North nothing here on WSON and WSONradio.com.
Hello, Rodney Thomas here. I've been a downtown business owner for over 30 years. During that time, I've come across all walks of life. I've learned how to listen to everyday folks, to their hopes and concerns about our city. That's why I've decided to run for city commissioner. Henderson has been very gracious to myself and my family. I feel it is my obligation to return the favor and do my best to help make Henderson an even greater city. Please consider me to be one of your city commissioners.
Paid for by Rodney Thomas for Henderson City Commission.
The Henderson Police Department urges everyone to be safe in all their activities. They encourage young people to limit the time spent on social media and playing video games. Make plans with friends that do not involve electronics. Be more active and participate in activities with your family. If you are a parent, monitor your teen's social media posts and discuss with them potentially harmful websites or chat rooms. As always, don't text and drive. These safety tips are brought to you by the Henderson Police Department.
Out of the timeout, the Bulldogs a little anxious, jump off sides, a 5-yard penalty. And now North will have the football at the South 40, facing a 2nd and 5 with just under a minute to go in the third quarter. South on top 32-0. Here in the battle for the Poncho Club Colonel Cup. So the Bulldogs up over the football with receiver to either side for Embry. 2-back set. Embry takes a snap, looking to throw, and throwing far sideline. This one is incomplete down at about the 25-yard line. Pretty good coverage there on the play from the Bulldogs.
A couple of them down there.
Yep.
Trying to get the pick. I think they kind of hit each other.
See Trajan Davis down there for the Bulldogs along with Holloway. And that is the end of the third quarter. After 3, South 32, North nothing. Back with the fourth quarter after this timeout on WSON and WSONradio.com.
It's time to call TNG Heating and Air Conditioning to make sure your system is operating efficiently. Ask about their special introductory price of $69. That includes checking your system and a tune-up. TNG is a Daikin dealer and can meet all your heating and air needs, from servicing your current unit to new installations. TNG services all makes and models, specializing in Daikin, offering residential and commercial service. Call Jay at TNG Heating and Air, 270-826-5287.
Hi, I'm Rob Wiederstein, and I'm running for state representative. I'll work with Governor Beshear to help Kentucky families by strengthening public education, making healthcare more affordable, lowering the cost of prescription medication, and rebuilding Kentucky's economy after the pandemic. This year and every year, we're putting people first in District 11.
Paid for by the committee to elect Rob Wiederstein for State Representative, Robert E. Mitchell, Treasurer.
Third and 5 coming up for the North Cadets on the South 40-yard line to start this fourth quarter, but it's all South. They put the running clock on the Cadets 32-0. But the Cadets trying to play for a little pride here. As Embry hit as he throws, incomplete as the pass incomplete at the 40. He was getting pressured by one of the Cadets. That's Dax Wilson on the pressure, made him get rid of that one. He even got a piece of it, and it's fourth down.
Embry's going to need some ice after tonight. And his uniform is going to be dirty.
4th and 5 coming up here for North, trying to keep the drive alive. 7:20 to go in the game. Oh, it is 32-0, all South here in this one. Oh, the Cadets break the huddle. Landon Pike in there here in the Wildcat formation. Now he's going to go under center. Takes a snap, and he's going to be hit immediately and dropped for a loss.
Wow.
Sack on the play by James Murphy for the South Bulldogs. Gets a big hug from Xavier Johnson, who helps him up. The teammate there, they're pumped up. And a turnover on downs, it'll go back to the Dogs. So South will have it from their own 45, a turnover on downs with just over 6 minutes to go in the game. 32-0. 2 touchdowns by Trajan Davis tonight. Xavier Johnson, a 4-yard touchdown run, and Dax Wilson, a 40-yard touchdown run. And now they're going to hand it off to the right side, and breaking one tackle, getting back to the line of scrimmage on the carry is Cameron Green. First carry on the night for Green for the Bulldogs. No gain, brings up a 2nd and 10. South coming into this game 3-2. North, as we mentioned, both the 7th and 8th grade just had played 2 games this season. As I had a lot of cancellations due to COVID-19 concerns. As handoff again, I think it's Cameron Green again. It is.
I actually gave him a yard
yeah,
there.
Green with a yard there, so it's 3rd and 9 coming up. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. All South on top, 32-0. Man goes in motion for the Bulldogs, and they pitch it to him, but a good tackle there by North. Coming up to make the stop is Miles Ramirez on the carry from South's Junior Burris. Burris, though, going to lose about 4 yards back to the 41. Just over 4 minutes to go in the ball game. South on top 32-0, but now the Bulldogs facing a 4th and 15. Fourth and 15 for South. Davis, the quarterback. Dax Wilson behind him. Now shifts to his right hip. Davis going to keep it. Try to cut it back near side. Tackle on the play by Meadows. And it'll be a turnover on downs as North will get it back.
Davis, 5 carries for 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. He has not made a carry for a while.
So North will have it at the South 45-yard line with just over 3 minutes to play in the game. After the game, the presentation of trophy, and Steve Towle will catch up with the MVPs on each side.
North needs 20 yards, Greg. You got to get 20 yards.
To get positive, I assume?
To get to 0.
First and 10 for the North Cadets here. Football at the South 45. Just under 3 minutes to go. All South in this one. They lead at 32-0. The running clock going on the Cadets. Embry in there at quarterback. 2-back set. Low snap. Embry has it. It's going to throw. Throws one deep, and it's going to be incomplete at about the 28-yard line. He was looking for Meadows. Pass incomplete. As we're just over 2 minutes left in the ball game here in the battle for the Colonel Cup. So some of the varsity Colonels was out checking this game out for a little while.
Bryce Tapp kept scoreboard for the first game. Saw Rance Hawkins up here also. And a couple Colonels still down there, look like.
Cadets facing a 2nd and 10 from the South 45-yard line. Minute 45 to go in the game. Embry takes a snap. A lot of heat coming, and Embry's going to go down. He's going to be sacked back around his own 46-yard line.
Another 9. Oh, that gave him a good mark.
Isaac Berry there for the Bulldogs.
6-yard loss.
Back to the 49. It'd be about a 3rd and 16 coming up here for the Cadets now. The ball at their own 49-yard line. Fans beginning to gather their blankets and umbrellas. Just a minute left in this one tonight. Snap to Embry. Quick throw. This one's complete at the 48 and going to be stopped right there for no gain. Making the catch is Meadows, his second catch of the night. But for no gain, that'll bring up 4th down. Cadets will go for it here on 4th down. As we're down to 20 seconds left in the ball game here in the 8th grade game. Going to be a South sweep this year after North swept the 7th and 8th grade Colonel Cups last year. South returns the favor. And North's got to hurry, just 5 seconds to get this one off. Snap, final play of the game. Embry hit as he throws. It's intercepted at the 42. And he's brought down by Meadows, and that'll be the ball game. Intercepted on the far side by Burris. And that'll do it as South gets the shutout victory. 32-0 over North. Trey Davis, a couple of touchdowns in the ball game. Xavier Johnson, who was all over the place, had a touchdown, a fumble recovery. Dax Wilson, a 40-yard run. As the Bulldogs sweep the Colonel Cups. And in shutout fashion, 7th grade beat North 20-0, and the 8th grade Bulldogs beat North 32-0, the final score. Getting set to have the trophy presentation at midfield, and then Steve Towle will catch up with the MVPs. It'll be announced here at the stadium. 32-0, South wins it. Big thanks to our sponsors of the Colonel Cup here on WSON, Square Yard Carpet, Lori Tuggle, your local shelter insurance agent, Rodney Thomas for Henderson City Commission, the Henderson Police Department, TNG Heating and Air Conditioning, and Rob Wiederstein for State Representative, bringing you coverage of the Colonel Cup here on WSON, the battle of North Middle School and South Middle School this year going to the Bulldogs, and now the presentation of the Colonel Cup for the 8th grade. Getting set to take place at midfield. As we mentioned, Steve Towle will catch up with the game MVPs. They choose one from each side. Yes, we'll try to listen into the public address. Mark Chumler handling the PA tonight here at the stadium.
We'll first present our most valuable players of the game. For North Middle School, the cadet most valuable player tonight, number 36, Evan Henshaw. We would like to acknowledge Henderson County High School Colonel head football coach Josh Boston, who is handing out our hardware tonight. Thank you, Coach Boston, and your colonels for our Friday night enjoyment. Coach Boston now to honor the South Middle School Bulldog most valuable player, number 15, Traysden Davis. We would like to acknowledge before we present our team trophy that coming into tonight, we come in as Bulldogs and we come in as cadets, but thankfully we leave tonight as colonels. So one last feat as a Bulldog, we want to congratulate the South Middle School Bulldogs on the 8th grade city championship. Go Bulldogs.
And again, Mark Chumler here, the PA voice of the Colonel Cup tonight. Steve Towle is downstairs with the game MVPs. Looks like he has Evan Henshaw.
I got Evan Henshaw with me, gentlemen. And Evan, talk about this rivalry and what it's meant to you to play in this series against South.
Well, I just think that it's a good thing that everybody came out here to play, and everybody played their hardest and gave it their all.
Now, you're looking forward to being a teammate with these guys next year, right?
Yes, sir.
Evan, thank you for your time. Congratulations and best of luck in the future.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right. Trajan, if we could have just a moment, talk about the win tonight and your team's performance overall.
All my teammates came out and played with heart and passion. They played the hardest they can. North came out and played with the hardest they can. I loved it. Great football game.
What's it going to be like playing with some of these guys next year?
It's going to be great. We're going to do a lot of great things.
Trajan, best of luck in the future, and thank you so much for your time. Great game tonight.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's the MVPs. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. MVPs, Trajan Davis for South and Evan Henshaw for North. 32-0 your final score in the 8th grade game, and 20-0 the final in the 7th grade game. Big thanks to my teammates tonight. Scott Stone on color and stats, Steve Towle on the sidelines on a wet night, Drew Willett at studio control in downtown Henderson, Bill Stevens, our producer of our live video stream coverage brought to you by Evansville Teachers Federal Credit Union, Rock House on the River, Smith Hart Insurance Agency, and Henderson Ford. We'll be back with the stream tomorrow night, the WSO Radio Facebook page for the Colonel varsity matchup when Henderson County meets Crittenden County. Pre-game coverage comes your way at 5:45, the kickoff at 7, and the online video stream beginning just before 7 as well tomorrow night. Again, big thanks to our Colonel Cup sponsors, Square Yard Carpet, Lori Tuggle, your local shelter insurance agent, Rodney Thomas for Henderson City Commission, the Henderson Police Department, TNG Heating and Air Conditioning, and Rob Wiederstein for State Representative. Once again, your final scores here in the battle for the Colonel Cup between North Middle School and South Middle School. In the 7th grade game, the South Middle School Bulldogs defeat the North Cadets 20-0. And in the 8th grade game, it's a sweep for South as the Bulldogs beat the Cadets 32-0. From all of us here at WSON, for this time and until next time, I'm Greg Busby. Good night, everybody.